Well, good afternoon, viewers, and a very warm welcome indeed to Bowls New South Wales's live and exclusive coverage of Season 3 of Magic Round here at the TAB Platinum Pennant. As you saw from that opener, we've once again assembled 12 fantastic club sides to take part in this Season 3 competition, all looking to emulate what the Merrylands Magic achieved and take home the premiership title in April. We're, of course, here at the magnificent Soldiers Point Bowling Club today. We're here for Magic Round, as we said earlier, all 12 clubs featuring at the venue. We had a fantastic session earlier on today, and we're back for session 2. My name's Lee Stinson. I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by current men's senior state fours winner and New South Wales state selector Clay Parker. Clay, our grand final rematch from Season 2. This is going to be a beauty.
Yes, mate. I've been looking forward to this all day. We had a couple of really good games this morning, but this clash with Merrylands and Warilla is going to be an absolute cracker this afternoon, I would say.
Absolutely. These two sides, a fierce rivalry developed over the last few rounds of last season, heading into the finals. It was the Merrylands side that got the better of Warilla early on. Warilla turned that round in the prelim, but it was Merrylands who took the chocolates and the overall title in the grand final. So you see there our star-studded matchups. The top game is the one that we'll be featuring for you here live this afternoon for the Merrylands Magic, lining up in the lead position, Tony Wood. In second, Michael Clark. The third, Tom Rich, and skipped by their marquee player, Nathan Rice. And for the Gorillas, Travis Moran leading up, Craig Roberts in second, Chris Roseanne's a marquee playing in third, and Corey Wedlock. Look across the bottom of the screen there, Clay. Plenty of other big names around. Aaron Sheriff taking on Gary Kelly. Jack McShane against Aaron Tees. There's stars aplenty in front of us this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely awesome, mate. Australian players right through both of these sides. So buckle up and get ready for an awesome game of bowls, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit earlier on this afternoon, I was lucky enough to catch up with our two lead players here on our feature rink to hear what their thoughts were leading into this afternoon's match. We're lucky enough to be joined by two leads here tonight on our feature rink. And first of all, from the Warilla Gorillas, Travis Moran and Trav. Warilla runner-up so far twice in this event. How's the confidence in the camp leading into a big game tonight?
I think it's always a high confidence for our boys. Always got tough matchups no matter who we play, especially after the awesome final we had last year at Merrylands. So confidence has to be high and we've got to just do what we can do.
And you've been able to have a bit of a practice on the rink here you're going to play on. What do you think of conditions going into the game?
Oh, they're all right. Pretty true hands, both hands, and just touch on the slow pace. So just got to give that chance the whole time.
Couple of new changes to the side this year, and you've got Chris Roseanne's amongst your rink. How did you find playing with him for the first match in round 1 yesterday?
I was going to say, Chris, awesome bloke. It was really easy to play with, no care. We ended up having a swap during the game, and it was all good. And yeah, it's very easy to play with.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Travis, and best of luck to your side later on today. And also now we'll bring in from the Merrylands Magic, Tony Wood. And Tony, defending champions in the competition, obviously grand final rematch here against Warilla. Big game, and I'm sure the guys are up for it.
Yeah, definitely. Warilla Gorillas have been a powerhouse of the sport for a long time, so looking forward to another challenging match against them.
And the side came away with a nice solid win at home against '𝗟𝗓𝗡 yesterday. Confidence must be high. Big road trip today, but looking in for a good performance.
Yeah, last night everyone just did their bit. Hopefully everyone does their bit again today and hopefully get a result against the Gorillas.
And you've gone in with a pretty settled squad from Season 2. Not too many changes there. Must fill the side with confidence knowing you've got the cattle there to go back out and produce that same performance as last season. Yeah,
definitely. So only 2 changes from the grand final side last year, and so as young Tom Rich comes in, and he played a lot of games last year in the Platinum and is doing really well, and young Chanel's come across and she played really well last night and deserved a spot in the team.
And just one unfortunate omission today in David Ferguson. So Nathan Rice is going to come up and skip the match we're going to feature on the stream tonight. Unfortunate that Dave can't make it today.
Yeah, unfortunate Fergie can't play. He had a poor first 5 ends last night, so give him a bit of spell, a bit of time to think about it. Lurch has been gunning for that spot the whole time he's been here, so hopefully he can aim up and perform.
No, fantastic. We're looking forward to the coverage. Neo, I've heard from the 2 key players, and we'll be back with end number 1 in just a moment. It's a Season 2 Grand Final rematch, Warilla Gorillas up against the Merrylands Magic. And a big thank you once again to the players that took the time out of their practice session to come and have a chat with us leading into this big game. You see there on screen, as we mentioned in the opener, last time these 2 sides met was last season's Grand Final, and it was the Magic that came out on top, 65 shots to 50. And Clay, just listening to the players before the match, there's a level of respect amongst them, but they all know this is a big game.
Yeah, that sure is, mate. I think all these players have played actually with each other, playing for Australia, quite a few of them. And now some find themselves playing with and against their old teammates. So it's a good rivalry either way, and I think we're in for a cracker of a game. I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and both these sides recording wins in the opening round of the competition last evening. So Merrylands at home to 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡. They came out winners 71 shots to 43, winning on all 3 rinks, so a 10-0 victory to the Magic. And the Gorillas were also at home. They had a much tighter contest. They took on the Charlestown Tigers, and it was Warilla just prevailing on the 1 rink, but that was enough to get their side over the line, 54 shots to 47 against Charlestown. So both these sides coming in good form with a win under their belts, and they'll look to join Raymond Terrace, who earlier on this afternoon, Clay, had a win over Wenty Leagues to be the first team to be on 2 wins.
Yeah, well, they did have a good win over Wendy, but I tell you what, they were behind most of the game. They just sort of jumped ahead right at the death there. They were behind on the scoreboard nearly most of the game. So it's a pretty good effort by Wendy Leagues, I thought, because they're a pretty good side, Terrace.
You're certainly right there, Clay. So if you are just tuning in this afternoon and you've been at your own bowls, wherever that might be, around New South Wales, around the country, and you're tuning in for the first time in our opening games here for Magic Round, it was the Belrose Bulls coming out on top of the 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 Cougars, 58 shots to 43, and a 9-1 victory there for the Bulls. And as Clay mentioned there, Raymond Terrace, 66, defeated the Wenty Leagues Magpies 62. It was an 8.5 to 1.5 victory. So plenty of great games here throughout the course of the afternoon as well. Alongside us, looking forward to a healthy local crowd here this evening as the local Newcastle Pennant comes to a conclusion. The other half of this green sees St John's Park up against the local Soldiers Point Soldiers. Big crowd, no doubt, Clays, we can see starting to build up over there.
Yeah, there's a massive crowd down there in front of the clubhouse. It's probably 4 or 5 deep right along the whole green there. So no doubt there'll be a lot of Soldiers Point supporters there at their home club cheering the local boys on and hoping they can do well this afternoon. Also up a very good side in St John's Park. They'll be very hard to beat. So if they win that one, they'll be doing extra well.
Both those sides going down yesterday, so important game there. I did say earlier it's an 11-round season, but games come thick and fast. We have 3 matches here on the opening weekend. We're into match 2. All teams playing round 3 tomorrow. So really important to at least get 1 win out of the opening weekend.
You don't want too bad of a start, Lee. You need to get at least 1 or 2 wins out of the 3 games. It's not a real good start having 3 losses. It's with only an 11-game season, you've got to really start scoring your next 8. So, but sometimes it can be hard with these first couple of games to gel with your team. You got new combinations, etc. And sometimes it's hard to get to know your own teammates and how they play. But the quicker you pick up, their style, the lot quicker it becomes getting a good side together.
Yeah, absolutely. So 6 wins was 5th and final position in the finals in Season 1. And it took 7 wins last year to make the finals. So teams needing to win in and around that number to give themselves a chance to make the final series. So important that you do have some success over the opening weekend. And pleased to say as well, Clay, that the clouds are starting to clear and we have 2 further games taking part on the outdoor grass green here at the club, where the Charlestown Tigers are taking on the Cabramatta Bull Ants and the East Maitland Griffins are playing the Carlingford Koalas. So plenty of fans come up with those sides as well, and spectators here. Just the fantastic layout of the club means viewership both inside and outside. You get a great look at both these outdoor greens.
And what a great spectacle to have all the top sides in the state out of the Platinum League all here in the one day. It's a great idea to have all these top class players from all over Australia, and they're all here for everyone to see, which would rarely happen.
Absolutely, and players concluding their second trial end, just exchanging pleasantries amongst the sides before they get underway. Now we know we're going to have a class battle between the 2 skips. Nathan Rice played over 200 games for Australia, featured in numerous major events, and of course Corey Wedlock, one of the absolute current stars of the sport, been in that Aussie squad for a number of years now, and I'm sure is pushing for selection for this year's Com Games in Scotland, recently named as one of the 4 men heading over for a further trial series before that squad gets narrowed down to the final cut. So the players have made their way nice and quickly through their 2 trial ends, and it looks like we're going to have the Warilla Gorillas get things underway.
Be interesting, Lee, to see what the tactics are going to be early in the piece with these 2 great sides.
Luckily enough, Clay, obviously I'm still a current member at Warilla, so I've seen a lot of these matchups over the years, and not unsurprisingly, it's generally Matt back and short from the Warilla side, and maximum length played by Merrylands when they get the mat. So here we go, underway. Bowl number 1, Travis Moran, the lead for Warilla. You can see their conditions on screen. Lovely temperatures, 25 degrees. Wind just got up a little bit from earlier on today, about 25 km/h gusts here at the moment. We expect that to die down as the evening furthers on, and green speed here, 14 seconds on the new carpet. And this morning, Clay, it seemed to play very fairly for both sides.
Yeah, there seemed to be a nice draw on both sides of the rink. The only little difference that I noticed is when the breeze got up, and then it would lull and get up and lull. So sometimes they'd hang up when the wind dropped, and the bowls would cut a bit when the breeze got up really strong with the nor'easter from the bay. So something the players will need to keep their eye on today is these gusts of breeze that come up. So otherwise, the green's pretty well perfect. It's a beautiful 14-second green. You can play every shot. You can play trails, on shots, swingers, drives, whatever you want to do. It's very very rare to have a green that you can play every single shot in the book with confidence.
And recently installed this surface. They've been in play for the last 5 or 6 weeks. I've been talking to Bowls manager Mark Watt and a few of the key members here at Soldiers Point. They really enjoy the surface, the game time they've had on it so far.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than the previous one, which is very tough. There's a few little tricks in the other one, the old one, but the reports I get on this one, I spoke to greenkeeper Jason Pietrusek this morning, and he said it's a really good green, very, very fair. So it should be fair for all round for all the players.
Players had their 2 trial ends. We're just trying to zone in on things at the moment. Of course, Soldiers Point, Clay, you'd probably remember well, were the hosts of the Bowls New South Wales State Championships for a number of years.
Yes,
back in the early 2010s.
And they were the sponsors.
They got a long association with hosting big events. We see Craig Roberts the second for Warilla. Just improving slightly on his opener.
There's Michael Clark on his forehand. Got to take a little bit of weight off. Michael's a current senior state player who just won the national medal down in Tasmania with the over 60s.
Well, our comments are going to be up this afternoon. Plenty of people tuning in already. Comment there, I saw 6 of the best skips in the country on the green, and very hard to argue with that.
Very true.
As we said, Corey Wedlock, Nathan Rice here. Alongside that game, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 and Jack McShane. And then Aaron Sheriff and Gary Kelly.
Wow.
Doesn't get much better than that. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡s in the 3 position for Warilla. Just sneaks past. So Warilla holding a few, but plenty of room here for Merrylands still. Very interesting coloured bowl there, Clay, that one of Chris.
It is. That's got a little bit of a mixture in it. Pink and green on a white surface.
One of the new features, isn't it, with all the bowls manufacturers now, they're expanding their range from just the single coloured bowls to give the players many opportunities to select what they want.
And you can put pretty well anything on your bowl these days. Anything you want, you can get on there. Good bowl by Tom Rich. Good starter.
Well, look at that. Tom looks like he's been to the barber in advance of this game. His hair is sharp.
He's got the streaks and everything. He's got ready for this game.
He's ready for the lights to come on later.
Yeah.
In the back half of this game.
He might have been waiting for the interview this morning, Lee, and to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, potentially.
Been to the hairdresser.
So Tom trying to add a second one. Might have just pumped up a little bit here. Yeah, he's overshot the mark. Still crosses with a shot. Important bowl he played with his first. Corey does have a chance here, though. He'll be trying to draw a shot, obviously. The bonus for him is a small touch of the jack. They own that area 2 or 3 feet past.
That's a very uncharacteristic bowl by Corey there. But players are just finding their legs at the moment, trying to find the weight and the line of this carpet green.
So ideally for Rice here, he gets a counter that passes the jack just in front of those multicoloured bowls of Chris Roseanne's.
He won't be far away, Ricey.
He's done that pretty well.
Yeah.
Still an option there to sit that bowl or touch the jack for Corey. Sure, he'll correct his weight. How's his line? Looking for a bit of turn.
Boys are interested.
Well, the weight's a lot better. Looks like he's made second shot there at the moment. An indication from Tom Rich on the rink was that it is still 1 to Merrylands. 1 bowl to play. Is Nathan going to tempt fate and go down the same way, or will he switch over to his own bowl on the back end?
He's going backhand. He's rather well down here too. If he can get past that one. He's past it.
Well,
absolute cracking bowl.
Nathan Rice, what a way to kick things off on the opening end. 2 fantastic draws, and they take a double to kick things off. Please let us know in the comments where you're watching on from, whether that's in New South Wales, Australia, or indeed around the world. Plenty of people tuning in. David at the Gold Coast. Kerry's on the cruise, travelling between Australia and New Zealand. What a great spot to be. So, glad to have you all on board. Let us know where you're watching, who you're supporting here this afternoon. We'll do our best to keep you up to date with all 4 matches taking place here at the venue this afternoon and this evening. But if you are wanting to get really up-to-date information, that's available, of course, with player device scoring. You can get that information on the Bowls Link results portal. You can watch rink by rink, end by end, on all the games taking place here at the moment. Get up-to-date scores as soon as the players enter it on the rink. Tony Wood leading up for Merrylands. And Tony, a former winner of the Australian Indoor Singles at 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘, had a terrific run that year when he took on the title. Had a couple of great players along the way. Scottish international Graham Archer is one of his early round victims in that event as well. So well versed on playing on these carpet surfaces.
2 cracking bowls there by Travis. I've noticed I've been over at East a few times this week coaching, and Travis has been over there every day practicing, so I know for a fact he's put a fair bit of work on ready for today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Travis just out of the junior ranks in New South Wales. Now turned 18 and making his way into the men's events. But what a year he had to finish his junior career.
Is there anything he didn't win that year, Lee?
He had a cracking year. He was the Australian Open under-18 boys singles winner. He also won at the under-18 Nationals, and he won the gold medal in the singles at the junior 7-a-side that we have here in New South Wales for all our competing regions. Finished with a bang in his junior last season.
Here comes Clarkey with a good bowl on his forehand.
Terrific effort. Gets himself in for second or third. So it's a couple there to the Gorillas. Craig Roberts. We've been one of the unsung heroes for Warilla over the past few seasons. As Craig doesn't get a lot of attention, but a very, very steady second usually. One of the first picked in the side this year, just to do this job of getting bowls in the head for someone like Corey to work with later on in the end.
And out comes Tommy Rich on his backhand, maybe a little bit of this behind, I think. Yeah, he's got a couple of metres to go there. He should correct his next one.
A few viewers from New South Wales watching on. Kangaroo Island in South Australia. More from the Gold Coast. 𝗥𝗢𝗡𝗩 in Western Australia. They're everywhere watching on tonight, and why wouldn't you be?
Well, you're going to see the best bowls in Australia that you'll probably ever see here today, so we're all lucky to be here ringside watching it.
For Chris Rosands, what contact does he make here? It's a small touch of the jack. Turns it more to the Warilla bowls. He lies 4 there at the moment. Has just pushed the jack into an available position for an attacking shot.
Yeah, Tommy's going quick here.
Yeah, here he is straight away. Tom Rich. Nice and firm. Just sails by. Still 4 to Warilla. You may have heard the call from Corey Wedlock in the effects mic, really urging Chris with his second bowl to get some further contact, turn their own bowls past or trail the jack himself. Now an edge off the wing bowl. Just force his way in for another counter, but there is some angles for Nathan Rice to work with. A few down though.
Yeah, they've got the right man on the job to convert.
Sure, he'll be down on that backhand, similar to what Tom was playing. pick the speed that you want to play. There's a bowl 2 or 3 bowls short of Jack High that you can utilise. That blue bowler, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗏. Well, that's going to pick off one of the front ones and get away. So still 5 there for the Gorillas. 1 bowl left for Nathan.
What's Corey going to do? Is he going to put a blocker in or go around the back? Or
I'm thinking that myself. One of those Simon Lack blockers
I don't mind
that we spoke about earlier on.
Don't mind the old slacky blocker either.
In coverage. But Drew trying to draw a shot. Either to turn a bowl pass or even fall across the face of the jack and sit in front. Be happy to go through the gap there now, and he has. Even if that doesn't count. So just a correction on line here for Nathan. Put it out a couple of bowls wider. Well, a lot closer here. Look at this, Clay. Anything but the gap.
Oh, and he got the one.
He's picked it through without touching anything. So
it's going to be a big score.
Yeah, at least 4 at the moment. Chance to make 6.
Little touch on the jack, he gets 6.
Well, even a touch on the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 bowl, bottom left of screen when we get that angle back for you. That'll just lay down the yellow Merrylands bowl. So Corey Wedlock.
You think this wouldn't fill a miss? Draw another one, would you?
Forehand. Well, just needs to clear. Ooh. He hasn't. Just left it short of weight. Looks like a 4 to the Gorillas. 4 shots to 2 here on our feature game. A few people having some rain issues and had their local games called off. Daniel and Emu Park. Winston Brackley tuning in from Spotswood in Melbourne. Very well credentialed player himself is Winston. So Ian Prescott Smith, the former chair of Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club, he's also online. People from Bendigo. We get plenty of viewers here this afternoon and this evening. So sit back, relax, get that beverage of choice next to you on your favourite chair.
Yeah, the crowd's massive over there in front of the clubhouse now, Lee. It's built right up.
I think all the local grades have finished up, especially for the Soldiers Point players.
Started from Woodsy there. Travis coming down there, trying to correct on that 4 footies away, yard to 4 feet.
Interesting as well, Clay. We said in the early ends that the Gorillas were going to play the mat back and short jack.
Yeah.
But they only went that on one occasion, so really lengthened things out.
At the moment, the mat's up 3 paces and on the tee, which is like a long 3/4. Jack McShane just played a bomb next door, converted. He's having a tussle against Aaron Tees.
And we go through those other rinks for you. Next door, it's Jesse Nerona, Corey Thompson, Luke Jones and Aaron Tees for Warilla. For the Merrylands side, Chanel Shakouch, Peter Harry, Mason Lewis and Jack McShane. Plenty of stars there. And on the furthest rink from us for Merrylands, Heath Lewis, Sam Nerona, Sean Thompson and Aaron Sheriff. Taking on Jamie Mitchell, Aaron Spears, Des Can and Gary Kelly. You see Craig Roberts a little bit short with his first, so just trying to improve the situation here.
Much better bowl here. Ooh.
Instead of unders and overs.
And here's Clarkey coming down here. He's on his forehand.
First one's in a relatively good position, about a metre past the jack, so it doesn't need to change too much. One of the magic is Chris comes down to play the first of his 2 bowls.
There's plenty of room here, Lee, at the moment anyway.
Absolutely, Chris 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓, marquee player for Warilla this season. Originally from 𝗟𝗓𝗡, had a few seasons in Dubbo, but now up in Queensland playing for Pine Rivers. Featured in a few recent BPL competitions for the Moreton Bay Pirates as well. Our viewers may have seen him there. And part of the Queensland side at the recent Alley Shield that took home the win in Tasmania.
Players persisting on that forehand going away.
Tom just catching the wrong edge of the bowl. Just wanted to be underneath that. So Chris gets a chance to make a correction. It's on a pretty good line.
This is going
on
to
that
be
side of the green. How's his weight?
perfect.
Well,
Great ball.
Chris 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 draws the shot. So often, Clay, you give these class bowlers 2 goes at the same shot. They're going to make that correction, aren't they?
Well, there's a bit of room in there for these bowlers, like 2.5 feet. It's a lot of room for these fellas.
And Tom Rich playing third here this afternoon. A slight change to their round 1 lineup. Unfortunately, David Ferguson unavailable for the second round this weekend. We heard Tony in the pre-match joking that Fergie didn't play very well for the first half a dozen ends last night, so they give him the afternoon off today. But unavailable today. I'm sure he'll be back for future rounds. And David, if you are tuning in, big hello to you. We look forward to seeing you back here with the Magic in upcoming weeks.
Rossies. Oh, how could you go through there?
Wow. Had the chance there for bowl or jack.
Corey's putting a bit more pressure on here. Looks like another good ball.
Just needs to fade underneath that wide one. Well, hasn't quite done it, just the one. So after the bowl again.
I doubt whether you'll miss this one.
Nathan Rice just going under this time.
Ooh.
So 1 more to Warilla. 5 shots to 2. Well, the game's been streamed into the Leeton Soldiers Club. And Jack Harrison wants to give his mate Adam McIntyre a rap. Apparently fantastic in the pennants today. It was Adam, so thanks, guys, for having it on the screens down there at Leeton. Part of the Riverina Murray region. Beautiful part of country New South Wales.
Have another change with the length here, Warilla. They've got the mat up a little bit further this time and shortened the jack up. It's probably a good 4 metres off the tee now.
Players just adapting to conditions. We mentioned the breeze definitely has increased since we started this morning. 11 o'clock start for the first match, Clay. That's 5.5 hours or so ago now. Probably going to be at its highest at the moment. Ease off later in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's normally a lot stronger here on the bay, that's for sure. They normally get a really strong nor'easter in the afternoon, so pretty calm conditions for normal weather here. There's Travis got a couple there about 2 foot behind. They're not too bad of bowls.
Yeah, pretty fair setup play. Helps the team later on.
Woodsy's got one here, looking to add another one.
Afternoon, Josh Wilton. I am being as impartial as can possibly be throughout this game. So keep me honest out there if you are watching.
Haven't you got one green eye and one white eye, Lee?
Yeah, as I say, it's going to be hard for me. Naturally, of course, still a Warilla Club member, so secretly cheering for that side, but here for the greater good of the competition. And if it's the Merrylands side that take out the win and play the better bowls, well, it would be no surprise. It's star-studded lineup. We saw Merrylands holding a couple here, so Craig Roberts a bit more weight with this one. Attacking mindset.
He's got a good bowl here. He's nailed it.
Yeah, good shot from Craig. Just dropped out. Be very close to a shot there now.
Here comes Clarkey. He's back on his forehand again. He's got another one about, probably only a foot away. Looking to add another. Weight was perfect.
Clay. He's been in the senior side for the last few seasons. Terrific bowler is Michael Clark. Always there or thereabouts. Great up front person. Understands that role better than most. Of course, gets the opportunity at these big clubs, formerly at 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏, now at Merrylands, to play with some fantastic players. He's got that opportunity by being a fantastic front end specialist.
Yeah, he's sort of about a second specialist, isn't he, really? He likes to spot a second. He plays second in the New South Wales senior side and does a pretty good job.
See Chris there on the replay, just dropping in off Michael's bowl. That's definitely the shot. So an option here for Tom. Still arrive up. Small trail of the jack, or just inside to sit the last bowl.
He's not far off here.
Well, Tom Rich, look at that shot.
Ooh.
Drops back at the end.
Great effort.
Nice wide drawing bowl. Both these two thirds, both Tom and Chris, using the 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗏. Nice wide arc. You see real curve there at the end and just 30 centimetres or so short.
Here he had the perfect line there, just wanted another foot of weight. Tommy will be looking to sit that white one through, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the little plan at the front, well, may have just slid the bowl forward. Sometimes on these carpet surfaces, the bowls can slide on. Have a look here on the replay if that his other bowl moves. Well, hard to tell.
Yeah, I think it did go forward a fraction.
It does look, certainly from our view live, Clay ringside, that it has come forward, and I think he might have made a shot out of that. So Wedlock interested here. Does he bend down to the jack now? Corey Wedlock, what a shot.
What a ball.
That is absolute perfection. Had to play perfect line, perfect weight. Turn all the way back to this jack. You see it here with our team on the replay. Turns the jack across to their own 2 bowls. Just an amazing touch, Clay, isn't it?
It is.
Be able to do that.
Perfect weight, perfect grass.
So Nathan trying to make contact through the front. Well, unfortunately for him, he moved a lot of bowls but didn't quite get the one he wanted to go out.
Would have made it slightly better for his next run shot, but I think it's easy to get out, I think, now, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think the angles there unmanageable for Rice with his second. Corey switching hands to the backhand. Trying to draw another one there to where Nathan's brown and orange bowl there is sitting. Great weight for it. Just hung it wide. So it is available. Depending on the weight here, Clay, we could see the jack fly.
I think so.
The pinball action here.
He hasn't got a big drive. Nathan has he, but he's likes to control his weight. He might open the shoulders here.
Often very reliable with these backhand run shots. Just got a bit of drift out of the hand. So we'll see what the players agree on. And it is 3. So 3 shots to Warilla. That perfect touch trail shot from Corey Wedlock.
Yeah, the carpet greens can tend to hold a line with a drive. Don't turn much at all. If you play heavyweight, they sort of hold their line very straight, but if you take weight off, they will swing. So you've got to get the pace right on a carpet green.
Kim Lucas, Clay, saying she can hear you loud and clear this time around.
Thank you very much, Kim. Thanks for the advice at half time.
Had a couple of people come up to us, Clay, and said that they found you a bit quiet in the morning session and they weren't used to that.
Which is very unusual for me, I can tell you that. Now I've got my microphone adjusted now, so it's all good.
Comment from Rod saying there's not too many older guys in this team, and yeah, certainly the case. Got a great mix of youth and experience here from, as you said, Michael in the state over 60 side, right the way down through the teams, the state men's and women's under 25s representatives, and of course we have Chanel leading up for Merrylands, still an under 18 state representative. So once again, as we mentioned this morning, the beauty of our sport, all ages playing together at the top level.
Yeah, you can pretty well be like these days from like 8 to 80, can't you?
And Craig Roberts gets the touch. A bit unlucky to fall away, but a super shot with his opening bowl here on end number 5. Clarkey getting after this one.
Yeah, serious look on his face there, Clark.
Yes.
He must like it.
Well, here goes the jack.
Oh, he loves it.
Kicks it through to the back. New game now. Back bowl there. The dark blue of Travis Moran. Now the shot.
See Craig Roberts taking particular notice to where he puts his hand on his bowl, making sure that the longest finger is right in the middle of the bowl. If you don't get that longest finger right in the middle, it can cause a wobble. So he's very meticulous of where he puts his hand. So
I thought he was checking to see the little ring was on the inside.
he might have been doing that too.
Craig Roberts, also known as the landlord.
So where does that come from, Lee, the landlord?
I fortunate enough in my time when working in the office or playing bowls at Warilla to stay at Craig's place. So, very lucky there. Still juggling a busy schedule between living in Orange and working in Sydney and playing in Wollongong. So, plenty of travel. So, whenever I am down in that part of the world, stay at Craig's.
Well, that's why he's the landlord, eh?
He's the landlord.
You're doing well to juggle all that, mate. Very well.
So both players adapted pretty well to where that jack moved out in the second position. You see Chris...
got a little rub. That helped, tackling.
Nice little weight. Got that yellow bowler, Michael Clark's in there surrounded. Our other senior fours state champion on the line, Mark Unicum. He is loud and clear, tuning in from Rutherford today.
Yeah, never short of a word, all you know. Tom just pulling up a touch short there. Another 2 feet. He'd have been right on it. Here comes Chris Presents on his forehand.
He's worried about the line, I think, here, Clay.
Yeah, he might be just a touch shy. It might be just the line. Oh, he's got the old...
the double wiggle.
The old wiki woo, as they call it. But good weight.
Tom asked to try and get right through to this jack. He clears something out, it might help. Well, he gets Michaels. The only bowl he wanted to avoid there. So turn that count into 4 for Warilla. Sorry, at the moment, by taking that nearest Merrylands bowl out. We'll see what Wedlock does, but be a fair chance of adding to the count, you'd imagine. We're on a bit of a run of ends here, the Gorillas, on our feature rink.
They are, Lee. We need... Nathan needs to make a conversion here to sort of stop the momentum, doesn't he?
He does. Corey getting down to the back of the rink, sensing this weighted bowl from Rice. And here it comes. All about the angles now. Well, he's opened the way a bit and taken one of the shot bowls out, so back to 3. But now with Corey having a bowl deep, I'm sure he'll try and attack this jack. Get right to the front of it. Even a little touch will be fine.
I think he likes it.
Well, he doesn't run for nothing, Clay, I can promise you that.
Yeah. Good call.
And even sitting up like that just narrows the target.
Yeah, Luke's just gone back in weight now. He's going to try and
just arrive.
Sit or trail, yeah.
Well, anything but the hole for Nathan Rice here. What has he got? Oh, just the edge of the jack.
Unbelievable.
What a terrific attempt. Just gave it that little chance. So we know it's at least 3. We didn't quite get the final count, whether it was 3 or 4. We'll get that confirmed for us. So players update their score, and it was indeed 3 to Warilla.
They're on a bit of a roll, Warilla.
This was the opening end for Merrylands. They scored the double, but it's been consecutive scores of 4, 1, 3 and 3 for the Gorillas. Taking the ascendancy here.
Aaron Tees is up 6-2 next door to Jack McShane, and Gary Kelly's down 6-4 to Aaron Sheriff. So
good opportunity in between ends to have our first look around the grounds and let you know it is Cabramatta Bull Ants 18 leading the Charlestown Tigers 9. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗨𝗠 straight out of the blocks. They lead the East Maitland Griffins by 24 shots to 6.
Wow.
Early on in that one. And alongside us here, it is the locals that are in front. 12-8 against St John's Park. So, of course, all games starting at the same time, so very early on with those results, but we'll keep you updated throughout our coverage. And if you want to drill down and see which one of those rinks is leading and how they're tracking throughout the game, go to results.bowlslink.com.au. Look up the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant, and you can follow all of your favourite players and favourite rinks end by end.
Right, Craig Roberts down here on his backhand. Plenty of room there for Craig, so he's a cut shy.
We'll turn into a truly international broadcast, Clay. We've got some viewers from Thailand as well.
Thailand. I wonder none of my Canadian friends are on there. They're normally pretty mad with bowls.
Timing might be difficult. We see a return favour. We saw Chris Rosannes with a little slide like that last end. So Michael Clark returns a favour.
Very loud over there the other side with the local Soldiers Point spectators and players. They're very boisterous at the moment, so they must be going all right. Right, here comes Michael Clark on his forehand. Looks like he's got good weight and good line here.
Got the little flick off that bowl with the first, but around it with his second.
Oh, beautiful shot, Clarkie.
Picks up the jack, holds onto it for a better one. They'll be trying to find the same gap there, the Gorillas. Of course, our second session here today, but don't forget tomorrow morning we will be at Charlestown for the Battle of the Newcomers here in Season 3. So 10 a.m. start, Charlestown Tigers to take on the Soldiers Point Soldiers. Let's have a chat to some of the locals here, Clay, of who was on the team nickname committee to come up with the Soldiers Point Soldiers.
Yeah. They used to be the Dolphins, didn't they?
They didn't think long and hard about that, did they?
No, well, they used to be called the Dolphins, I'm pretty sure.
We changed a few of the names in office when we saw that one come through as the Soldiers. We're going to have the Raymond Terrace Raymonds. A couple of different name changes to come through. For Chris Rosannes, underneath the first one, well, just catches it. 2 seconds in there at the moment for Warilla. Yeah, Tommy just trying to draw back to that dark blue one. Finishes in a nice catching position. And Bob's saying it's great to see all the BPL players. He was working at 𝗟𝗡𝗡, and that was on last week, so great to see you tuning in, taking a little holiday over to Bali. It's a similar shot to what Corey played a couple of ends ago.
Just hasn't quite got the weight, has he, Lee?
Half a metre more to get to the shot.
Had the line. Once again, that breeze has dropped and then bowls aren't coming home.
One of the best touch players in the country, similar to a couple of ends ago. He gets past these front bowls and he's added the weight.
Oh, look at this.
He'll go close to getting to this jack.
Look at this.
Corey Wedlock.
Wow.
What a start. Touches the jack. We said he doesn't run for nothing. If he's running after it, it's close.
Well, that's spectacular, isn't it?
You see it there from behind the green. And as soon as he's running after it, you know it's in the area. And everything just angled awkwardly at the front too, Clay, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of a plant there. If he
Looks like he's going to play a similar shot to Corey.
If he can hit that front ball onto the yellow, he might get a plant there, but it's not easy.
Well, a great effort there from Nathan. Just a bowl wide of target. And it's Wedlock again with that small touch of the jack. And
Two, was it? I thought it was only one.
yeah, two shots there to the Gorillas.
Wow.
So just touched it enough to make the second one into play. They extend their lead. Yeah, it's 5 straight ends for the Gorillas after dropping the opening end.
I wasn't really expecting a start like this, like a 13-shot margin this early in the game, Lee. I thought it'd be neck and neck the whole way. But Warilla have come out and shown their intentions in this game.
Well, I don't know the exact scores, Clay, but I know the round matches last season when these two sides met. It was on the indoor carpet at Warilla, and Warilla had a very handy lead with only about 25 ends to go. And ended up losing that game. They went from about 20 in front to losing by about 15 shots. The Magic fired home, running home with the breeze in the second half.
That's massive.
So, sure, the Gorillas know, even though they're just in front at the moment, they cannot afford to let their guard down.
Yeah, good bowl by Travis. Right in the line, about a foot short.
I mentioned the junior career that Travis has had. Of course, another former New South Wales junior here on the rink, Tom Rich, only a year or so older than Travis. It's come out of the junior game and made the move. Tom originally from Mudgee, another country, Central West New South Wales player.
Bit like yourself, mate, a country boy to a city boy.
That's right. So I'm still hanging in there as a country boy, still living in Orange. Well, full time, but not every night, if that makes sense.
You probably spend more time in Sydney.
Still there. Get back home at every available opportunity. Got the family there, so looking forward to getting home. Spend a few days at home next week in between Platinum weekends. Back in Sydney next week for 2 more rounds. Lucky just going past.
Yeah, you never complain when you're seconds. It's just a couple of foot behind all the time, do you? It's always good bowls.
Yeah, absolutely. Both those seconds just 2 to 3 feet past the jack.
Yeah, Craig Roberts just held up with one of his local supporters walking past the rink when he's about to bowl.
Well, the Warilla manager extraordinaire, Trevor Wells, looking through his time on camera was Trevor.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way, he said.
I can only imagine that means that Trevor must be on a money per view system, so he's trying to get his head on the camera. So Warilla CEO Phil Kipp can get him the required payment for getting his head on the screen. He's on double duty this weekend, Trevor. He's the bus driver as well as being the side manager.
Oh, he's a busy boy, isn't he?
He's just dropping short there again.
Clarkie's just come up a touch short, isn't he? Just giving him a rap for being a good second and getting behind.
Fair to say that for the majority of ends, both Michael Clark and Tony Wood not to the standard that they would want to be here to kick things off.
I just heard Woodsy walk past and say, "You got any tips?" It's a joke. Obviously, we can't say anything, but he is struggling slightly with the green. So what do they call this colour of Chris Razan's bowls? Is it any particular colour?
Well, on our little cheat sheet next to us, they're white and pink.
White and
but I'm
pink.
sure there's a
proper
more
colour.
technical name given by the supplier. Are very colourful, as are these ones that Tom Rich is using, a mix of purple and pink.
He's dropping a touch short as well. He's not quite got their weight there with this green, these fellas, which is unusual.
Still a couple here to Warilla. Chance for Chris just to correct on his weight. Another neat one in the head here. Oh, no, he's turned his back on that.
Doesn't like it at all.
Mustn't be going all the way. Kind of a bit of a nuisance though.
That's 3 short bowls in a row, which is very unusual.
So, Thomas trying to draw around the last bowl played. And we got around, but it's just ran on. So still a couple. The 2 dark blue bowls of Travis Moran have held on. How many times as a lead, Clay, do you get your bowls there and they get moved away? Well,
A lot.
This time they've hung in there for now anyway.
One little tip for leads: don't get stressed when your bowls get removed all the time. You're doing your job, just get them in there. If you've got the opposition attacking, you're doing your job.
And if your bowls don't go home with a couple of bruises at the end of the day, you probably haven't been close enough. Well, Corey sneaks past the front. That'll count.
Yeah.
I wonder if it just shapes up for Nathan now with that bowl finishing a couple of bowls in front to just fire directly at this. The edge of Corey's onto the jack. Likely gets it out of bounds. Chance to get rid of a couple.
Yeah, it's good to see he's still got a smile on his face. He's hopped on the mat with a big smile on his face and he's 2 or 3 down.
Now he's going to surge through here with weight on his backhand.
He's close.
Good options here.
What a bowl.
Well,
That's a cracker.
That little roll off Michael Clark's just allowed him to find enough of the Warilla bowl to work its way up to the jack. Nestle up right alongside.
And Jack McShane walked over, handed him his bowl and gave him a few positive words. He had a little bit of a laugh and a smile and went bang. Got the shot.
Midas touch for Jack. Corey firing straight at this bowl. Very close. Well, gets a piece of it. Is that enough? He's moved the jack closer to his own. Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
Great angle on screen. Just got the extreme outside edge of the Merrylands bowl.
Having a little bit of a day out there, Corey, so far. It's all happening. See what Ricey can do now.
Wait for him as well. Trying to make contact with the Wedlock shot. He's awfully close here, Clay.
Oh.
What's he got?
Oh.
Well, just picks his own. He had 2 seconds in there, so it'll just be a single to the Gorillas.
Millimetres in it.
So 6 consecutive ends. Go to a 14-1 lead.
Looks like a railway line there on the left-hand side for Merrylands at the moment. 6 dashes. But, effectively, Corey Wedlock's been converting, which has made a massive difference to the scoreline.
Yeah, a couple of those small trail shots, and then in their last end with that running bowl, just enough to do the damage.
And Nathan Rice was 3 down and played a split and run through and got the shot, and then Corey got the edge on it and got the shot back. Can't do much more than what Ricey did.
You're right, and we did see in our earlier game, for those of you who were tuning in for the Belrose versus Engadine game, the Matt Lucas rink got a bit of a margin against Shawningham, but they went for the position change, Clay, and they, for a brief moment anyway, started to get back on track. So I wonder if we might see something here from the Magic.
I think we'd have to, wouldn't you? If they've got a chance to change something, I think there might be a good time to have a crack at it, and probably sooner than later.
Well, I assume, given they're missing David Ferguson from this rink, in all likelihood we're going to see Nathan Rice skip all 21 ends.
Oh, for sure.
I'd be surprised if that was the change they made, but whether they do something with the middle two or the front two, time will tell.
Like I say, it's not anyone's fault what was the scoreline. It's just that a change sometimes can change the pattern of the game. It's simple as that. Not that anyone is playing good or bad. It's just making a change can make a difference.
This might be the end for them. They're holding at the moment. Warilla not quite nailing it.
Clarkey, a picture of concentration. They're good close-up views, aren't they, on people while they're playing their bowls?
Great to see the reactions of the players. I like the one that we saw a couple of times this morning too, where you get the small inset of the player up in the top corner of the screen, and you still get to follow their bowl as well.
Yeah, it's good.
You know that look from Craig Roberts. He's going to be close. Staring it down. There it is.
Well, if anyone knows he'll look, Lee, it'd be you. You watch them a fair bit, being a Warilla member.
Best way to know how the player's bowl's going, isn't it, Clay? Watch the player.
Exactly.
And they'll give you the indication of whether they like it or not. You see Michael, the little handshake there.
The old body language gives it a lot of them away, doesn't it?
He's angling in nicely here. Michael Clark.
Very good. Well done, Clarkey.
As we said previously, not the same Michael Clark that was the captain of the cricket team. Well, look at the mascot there, the little gorilla, making his way in front of the scoreboard. Hello, Ian Midgley joining from Nyngan. Plenty of country viewers here this afternoon. If you are just joining us, just a reminder, my name's Lee Stinson and joined here in commentary by Clay Parker.
Chris Rosines has got a little wick on that.
Just flick the jack through. Of course, you're watching live and exclusive coverage of the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant Season 3 Magic Round at the wonderful Soldiers Point Bowling Club. We have 8 sides across the 2 greens in action here at the moment. At 4 this morning, so the local viewers here in the Port Stephens area have had the opportunity today to come out and watch some of the best bowlers in the country. And if you are watching on at home and you do live in the local area, do try and make an effort to come down over the next couple of hours. As much as we love you joining in and listening to Clay and I, this is your chance to see all of these players up close. And with 4 games going on at once, Clay, you can wander around the rinks and watch whatever game you want.
Very true, Lee. You've got top class action whichever green you go to. At the moment, we're watching the Warilla Gorillas playing Merrylands. And Warilla's jumped out to a nice little lead to start with.
It's Chris Rosans with that conversion. Just sails by with his second, but did the damage with his first bowl.
Chris using 3.5 quantums. So just a half-size bowl, 3.5.
The same here for Tom, and this is the winner so far. Great bowl, Tom Rich. Big pressure one there. Gets his team out of trouble. I just wonder there, Clay, is there that gap available there on the back end, top right centre of screen there?
I'd be coming up between the 2 green bowls if I was Corey, trying to trail a jack or set that bowl. I think you've called it perfectly, Lee. It's what he's doing.
Corey with the aerodynamic. Can
Well,
get a nice holding line on his backhand. If he gets shot off the bowl first, onto the jack.
he's done it again.
Corey Wedlock. His bowls are attached to this jack here this afternoon. Someone check him for magnets.
He got the nice little rub. Felt perfectly, but his weight was spot on, eh?
Edge off the bowl, onto the jack.
What's he made there? 1 or 2?
Yeah, three at the minute. Obviously on a fitness campaign, Corey. He wants to play well, running after every bowl.
You said he doesn't chase them unless he knows they're going to be good.
He doesn't run for nothing, Clay, is Mr. Wedlock.
Every bowl he's chased, he's got a result for so far.
Going well. And all jokes aside, he is working hard. Big campaign coming up. All the squad members doing incredible amount of training through their programs in the Australian Institute of Sport. Plenty of times on the green, plenty of times training. Guys at Warilla are very lucky. They've got a gym attached to the club as well, so got used to those facilities at any stage.
They got a good man looking after him too in Gary Willis.
Corey just trying to get outside the front one and then inside the yellow bowler, Michael Clark.
Wow.
Well, that's sensational.
You've got to pay that.
Corey Wedlock putting on a clinic here this afternoon. Nathan Rice, backhand runner. One of the best. He's due one of these good results. He's a lot closer here.
Wow.
And there it is. Gets the jack. Stays in bounds. Well, 4 down to 1 up.
Wow, what a shot. Big goal.
Much
Big.
needed. You see it here on the replay. Just finds its way all the way through. Gets that jack in the air. Runs all the way to the ditch, and straight away the call is to go for the maximum length end.
That was massive, Lee, wasn't it?
Well, it was.
5-shot turnaround.
Yeah, Merrylands won the opening end, and then 14 straight shots for Warilla. And 4 down again.
Put 4 onto that, it's like 31 to 14. It's massive difference. That'll probably be one of the bowls of the match, wouldn't it? Lee, be up there.
I think so. It's going on our little notepad anyway, Clay, for the team to do some edits after game. We'll see what else comes along.
I think I'll be seeing that one on Facebook tonight.
Big shout out to our media and comms team. Huge amount of effort has gone into the pre-season of Platinum. Hopefully everyone got a chance to see the video that came out in late December with the season preview. Fantastic effort by the team putting that together, and we of course thank all our 12 participating clubs for sending representatives.
Yeah, pretty good area, Chris, here. Coming out pretty nice. Got good weight and good grass. Ooh, a touch more running.
Well, it means that Nathan just can't come up with that soft draw weight. Turn the ball away.
He's got to play a bit of extra weight now to get under that ball.
Fraction more to get under there. Does have that yellow Taylor SR of Michael Clark sitting behind the jack there, bottom left. Jack angled that way, but doesn't need much contact to get it there.
He's not far away here.
The guys are interested. Even a touch off the front might help. Well, finds a gap.
Corey Wedlock on a do here. He's been on fire so far.
Yeah, just trying to get inside the yellow, I'd imagine. Well,
he's done that.
No, that's exactly where that jack was going to go. Not fair to be a good player and a smart one, is it, in one?
No. Is there such a thing?
Should only be able to have one or the other.
Yeah, he's going to go big here. He's just going for the kill. He can't convert with that last ball there.
There's a chance he can get both bowls without anything. Well, things are spinning. Jack's moving, and it's landed with the bowler Travis Moran. And I wonder if one roll of this Michael Clark bowl past the Jack, I think makes a score of 5 here. Turn the yellow one a roll for 5. You see there on screen that yellow one just behind the Jack.
Yeah.
A lonely Merrylands one in there now.
Well, I wouldn't like to have it there with this fella playing the shot, that's for sure.
Well, here comes the little trot again. He's close. Even his own cannon might get a piece. Well, not quite.
Very close.
Slayed his own back, so we know it's at least one to the Gorillas. We'll have a look after that. As the players go to the measure. See Chris there with a nice steady hands. Wait for the outcome, and it is 2 to the Gorillas. So they further extend their lead here on this rink. $16 shots to 3 after 9 ends. We have a small delay as the leads get through their opening couple of bowls. That around the greens, 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗜𝗔 27, currently leading Charlestown 17. Still Carlingford with a healthy lead over East Maitland. That's now 34-16. And very close on our neighbouring game here on the same green, but it is now the visitors. St John's Park 18, leading the locals, Soldiers Point 16. So very close around the greens. Earlier on today, we had the Raymond Terrace Jets record a 4-shot win over Wenty Leagues. That result 8.5 to 1.5 points. And it was the Belrose Bulls on our feature match, 9-1 winners over the Engadine Cougars.
And that 1 point being 2 draws, Lee, a 15 all and a 14 all.
was, wasn't it? Yeah. 20 all and 14 all.
Oh, 20 all and 14 all, yeah.
Yeah, the Ollie Morrison rink scoring a 5 on the last end to get that extra half a point. So Raymond Terrace sit on top of the ladder at the moment. As Craig Roberts draws a nice shot in there. 2 out of 2 wins for the Jets. Both Belrose and Wenny Leagues after their 2 matches have gone 50%. And Engadine yet to record a win, but no doubt they'll be all out tomorrow. They have their first home game of the season tomorrow morning against St John's Park. So that'll be the opportunity for the Cougars to get their first win on the board.
Very good chops from Clarkey then. Craig Roberts just drifting under the head there with perfect weight. Yeah, the grass right, he would have been absolutely all over it. So Clarkey, if you're looking to emulate his last shot, sitting about 3 inches jack high, you'd be hoping to play the exact same bowl. Yep. Perfect. Well done, Clarkey.
Well called and well played. 2 cracking bowls there from Merrylands second. You see it here on the TAB replay. This small touch of the jack, straight to his first one. Nestles in there for 2.
We might see a bit of weight here, Lee, you think? Chris Razan's little niggle.
Yeah, just trying to arrive. Doesn't look like he's playing too much. Just guaranteeing that he reaches. Catches at the front.
When you play a little weight, they turn. You play big weight, they hold. It's not easy. So far we got Wedlock leading Rice 16-3. We've got Tees leading McShane 9-5, and Sheriff leading Kelly 8-5. And the score at the moment is 30-16. Warilla over Merrylands. Tommy Ritz coming down here.
Where do things land after the touch? Well, he's played that sensational. And no mucking around. The call from Wedlock was to make heavy contact there at the front. 3 terrific bowls in a row there from the Merrylands players.
He'll be going big now. You're looking to get some contact.
Chris Roseanne, solid on the front one. Gets a couple away. Leaves one Michael Clark bowl sitting next to the jack. Certainly reduced the count.
Like Clarkey, Tom will be looking to get this back where his other one was, pretty close. Yeah, could possibly count that one. Oh, here comes Corey Wedlock on his forehand. I don't think he likes it.
Just underlined, Clay, just looking on our screen there. Certainly going to be second.
Probably count.
Going to be second shot, so just the one to Merrylands.
You'd think Nathan Rice would be inside that. With his skill.
All down to weight now. He's got a good enough line to be there. Yeah, that's enough for 2. That might force Corey into just going straight at this.
You're right, Lee. He's going
there
big.
It is. Does he pick the yellow one? Well, gets the jack as well.
And certainly.
Jack goes bouncing around into the other rink, so we'll restart and number 10. And only fair enough too. These guys were 2 or 3 ends in front of the other rinks, so nice one to bring back the pace of play. So we hope you are enjoying our coverage here. TAB Platinum Pennant Magic Round. Many of you might be just getting home if you've played New South Wales Pennant earlier on today or any other competition all around Australia. We asked for some Canadian viewers, Clay, and what I can offer you from one of our viewers in the comments is that someone's watching on a plane from Toronto to Dublin.
Wow. Most of my friends from Canada come from over there in Alberta, so there's quite a lot of them follow the Australian bowls.
Many provinces over there in Canada.
Quite a few. Provinces being the same as like a state in Australia. Same difference.
I'll probably get to a few of them, but not really scared to test my knowledge. There's Ontario, Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, Saskatchewan.
You could do them pretty well.
Get a few. Well, and we have seen the positional change into effect here. So we're going through.
Clarkey played a couple of bombs the last few ends. He's playing well.
So Merrylands have pulled their position change here on the rink. You see Craig Roberts moving his way up to that bowl. Sits it through for a couple. So new innovation for season 3. Before the start of any end, the side can make one positional switch. And here they've decided to move Tony Wood into the second position and Michael Clark to lead. And both players with some effective bowls. Michael trailing the jack, or getting right near the jack, and Tony moving it away with his first opportunity.
So plenty of room here for Craig Roberts, but it is right out in the boundary, so make sure your bowl comes in to start with.
I saw Matt Lucas draw a couple of really nice ones out here earlier on today. Yeah. Craig, pretty good attempt at that. Right on line. Just half a metre or so, 2 feet short.
Yeah, not happy with 2 feet. I would be out there on the boundary peg. Wouldn't be too displeased with that shot. Good effort.
This shows the confidence with the rink. They're 16-3 ahead. They're expecting good things with every bowl. Well, Tony Wood.
That's fair.
Using up the chalk spray of his skip. Allow him $8 after the game for that.
You must be able to get him cheaply at $8.
It probably just shows the players with Clay. I don't have to use it that much. It was probably $8 8 years ago when I bought my last one.
You're looking at 10 or 12 these days.
Surely they're not getting tariffed as well, chalk sprays.
I think they'll tariff anything that sells.
So Chris just trying to negotiate past the Roberts bowl. Well, he's found it. So Merrylands still holding. A couple of good bowls last end. Tommy Rich. Sure, we've got plenty of viewers tuning in at both these venues. two really supportive clubs for the sport of bowls in New South Wales, Merrylands and Warilla, offer employment to plenty of high-level participants, and hence why you get such great players for us to watch here on the stream this afternoon.
Yeah, Tommy's going to sneak in for second anyway.
Just a nice little gap there to play through, isn't there? Find the right weight between Roseanne's and Roberts' bowls. That's just one to slow down.
How often do you hit a bowl when there's...
Well, at that stage he wanted to hit it. I think he was a bit heavy. Might have got away with moving that up for shot. Nathan Rice getting the magic fingers and says it's still Merrylands who hold.
It's Tommy, you're giving Tommy a chance here to draw another one. If he draws another one here, it'll make it a lot harder.
Just wants to miss that bowl, and he has. Great shot. Not easy with all those things coming in.
What do you do here, Lee? Do you go for the click-clack, or do you try and draw it?
I think the draw, with his first couple of rolls out of that aqua-coloured bowl is going to be enough, or find a similar line to what Tom Rich just played.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to draw.
Not much being said by his teammates. He's going to get second though. So second and third now. So see if that changes his mind if Rice doesn't add to the count.
You have a crack at that bowl with your next one. Right, here we go. Here comes Nathan Rice on the forehand. Plenty of room to draw there.
So he gets his first attempt at this wide jack. Well, amazing weight.
Great effort.
I think for Corey, maybe a small searching weight. Try and push through the Roberts bowl and run on. If he does get underneath it, might be able to bend back to the shot bowl of Tom Rich.
He's not playing much weight, he's only drawing. He's backing himself to draw this. Wow.
So Nathan Rice, a great attempt here with his second. Well, just falls ever so short.
Right on line too. One to Merrylands.
Merrylands get their score going again. Well, that's a good little success rate for the positional switch. Both our feature matches today, the team that's made the switch has gone on to win the next end. And of course, this Warilla rink tonight, we were saying before we came on to the coverage, Clay, they made what we thought was a slightly unusual switch. They swapped Travis and Chris around, so the lead and the third.
Yeah, it was very unusual. Swapping a back-end player with a front-end player. But, you know, you may have a team that's 3 or 4 skippers in the side, you know.
Well, I think Travis is considered that adaptable player for the Gorillas. A person who, no doubt in future seasons, he'll make his way up the ladder into those back-end spots. He's dabbled at it a little bit over the previous year or two. You know, skipping Grade 1 Open Pennant 2 seasons ago when the side made the state finals. a couple of games at third in Platinum last season as well. So.
Plus when they get to 16, 17, just under 18 in the juniors, they're playing skip all the time. So I know it's a different level to open, but they're still playing a lot of back end bowls. So they shouldn't take much to transition from front end to back end.
Oh, and for someone like Travis, he shows us his class just as we're giving him a nice compliment. But at 18 years old, Clay, I can assure you that for the past 2 or 3 years that I've seen him in action, his head reading and shot selection quality to his teammates is very, well, certainly elite in junior stakes and well up there with a lot of the male bowlers. He reads the game exceptionally well.
So very mature.
Absolutely.
With his bowls knowledge.
It probably shows the effort that he puts in. You said you saw him multiple days this week at Maitland, putting in time on the carpet, just getting ready for the season ahead. These players with busy schedules, but they don't just turn up once a week and apply their trade. They do get down there, plenty of practice sessions. And the Gorillas have been hard at it for the last 2 or 3 months, at least once, if not multiple times a week. The club also has a range of indoor club championships, so the full suite of events in singles, pairs, triples and fours as well. So good time for those players to get in those team events, play with some other members of the club, but in the back of their mind they're practicing for all those home games that they play on their carpet at Warilla.
Well, it's got to be an advantage having a carpet at your club and then playing carpet here, where I think Merrylands have only got grass, haven't they, and a plastic. So I think it's a slight advantage playing on the carpet.
Yeah, I think your own rinks as well. Probably no matter what the surface, indoor, outdoor, you know your rinks very well. Craig just falling in behind the jack. Good shot there. Tony doesn't have to correct a lot. Maybe half a metre of grass, half a metre of weight.
Is Woodsy gone from lead to second now?
His teammates bowl in front. You wouldn't think he could find that gap, but somehow he has.
Right through the hole. You wouldn't think some things are possible sometimes where bowls go. And here's Craig Roberts again.
Little grimace on release. Has he sent it all the way?
He's looking pretty good here. Oh, another 2 feet.
Knew out of the hand. You saw that look on his face after delivery.
It counts. Corey's giving him 2.
Another one of those ones who's a little bit upset to be 2 feet short. We're perfectionists as players, aren't we?
We are, mate.
Like you say, you're 2 foot away. Most of the time you're happy, but there's other times you really wanted to get right on top of the jack.
Like we said earlier on, beat bowls. Don't worry about how close you get, just beat the opposition's bowls.
So Tommy just coming in underneath the scoreboard there. Multicoloured bowl. That's going to be close to second. I think he's just done enough with dropping in.
I think he's pretty close here, Lee. Looks second from here.
Yeah, I think so. So well played for Tom. Something to work from. So Chris just trying to make his way past those front bowls. And look at this one. Chris Roseanne's.
Great bowl.
Terrific shot. And we're going to see a firm strike. And look at the wind up here from Tom Rich. Wow. This is going to come fierce and fast. Here we go. Well, found the gap. similar to Corey Wedlock, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓's very, very good touch player. Part of this competition for 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 last season. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 just missing out this year. A terrific pickup for the Gorillas. Chris, of course, coming in to replace former New South Wales State singles winner Michael Anderson as one of the club's marquees. Each club, of course, permitted to use up to 2 marquees in each game, so a minimum of 10 out of the 12 players have to be local, full-time members of that club. And contact at the front. Ah, well, just faded outside.
Don't know if them bowls are lined up very well for him at the front either.
I think that was the aim there, to clear something with his first, wasn't it? To
get rid
clear
of
the
them.
path. Yeah, that last one of Chris Roseanne's just mucked up the angles there for Merrylands. I'm sure Corey will be very conscious not to touch those bowls. And indeed, he's going to go to the forehand.
Certainly doesn't muck around, does he? Massive big cheer from the Soldiers Point crowd over there. Something big's happened over there.
Yeah, either they've got a few shots or the drinks waiter's been around.
Well, they need to get a few shots because they're behind 27-18 on 26 over there at the moment.
So Wedlock with a cover bowl. Nathan Rice attacking again. Wow, just didn't quite get those angles as you mentioned, Clay. They just weren't set right. So still a couple there for Warilla.
What's the odds of Corey Wedlock drawing another one here, Lee?
Oh, you have to say 77%. I'll put it at.
If I was a bookie, I'd say 6-4 on.
So Corey, not too much danger here at the right weight, even if he makes contact with Roseanne's bowl. Well, that was one of the 77%.
You could nearly, you could have nearly backed him, couldn't you?
Could have nearly put that score on the board.
Yep.
So 3 more to the Gorillas. And
that's an incredible scoreline on this rink at the moment. You'd never, ever dreamed about that. 19-4 with players of this calibre.
well, as we mentioned earlier on, these sides played midway through the season in Platinum Pennant Season 2, and this was about the lead that the Gorillas got out to. And Merrylands stormed home with the win, and they're back to their initial tactics of the mat back and short jack.
Well, Travis has nailed that one.
Lead, Michael Clark.
Clarkie's
Battle
all
here
over
with
it.
Travis. Yeah, great shot. Sneaks his nose in front. Finishing behind, not going to waste there.
He's led rather well, Clarkie, since he's gone to lead from second, hasn't he?
He has third end here. Since he's made the change, held shot. Does so again.
Would have found his position. That changes it up a bit.
Yeah, one to the Gorillas now with that bowl moving forward. We know that things aren't going to stay as they are now. First team to get that nice little contact, turn the jack or land the opposition bowl. Huge here. Right line there from Roberts, just overplayed it slightly. Changed his delivery slightly over the years, Tony Wood. Used to have a really low to high arm action getting into the delivery stride. Used to move it up, segmented multiple times early on. Changed that over the years, but still a fantastic bowler. And a great addition to Merrylands, part of their bowls office there.
Yeah, he does a lot of work for his region too. He was selecting and officialdom and whatever.
Unfortunate result. Gets it through the gap. Still lined up for that Warilla bowl to move out. And of course, both these clubs invest back into the sport too. Both Warilla and Merrylands with junior academy programs. So ensuring that they're capturing that next talent as it comes through.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a shift on all the rinks there, Lee. Wedlock's up 19-4, T's up 12-7, and Kelly up 13-8.
25 in front.
All three rinks are up.
Halfway. So
Chris Roseanne's all over
middle of the jack, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. We said it was going to be down to who got in there first. It's going to set things up in their favour.
Putting on a bit of
Chris Roseanne's. Look at those colours. Right to the middle of the jack. Love that slow-mo. You see the bowl and the jack almost pause momentarily. The jack lift off the ground. And this nice new needle punch carpet. The wonderful Soldiers Point Bowling Club. Now Tom Rich.
Yeah, good ball, Tommy. Should be shot.
Looks like he's done enough.
See what Chris Roseanne can do. A forehand draw. He'll definitely be reaching. He's got his own bowl coming in and Tom's bowl just behind. So push his own bowl up or sit the bowl at the back.
Plenty to play to, isn't there?
Tell you what, he's given this a great effort.
Well, lays it back. Should be enough.
It's not far away either, is he? Finds the hole. Little rub. Look at that. And a touch.
Well, sure they'll take anything at this point in time. They need things to turn around in their favour. Played perfect weight there. As we see the replay of that earlier bowl from Chris Roseanne's. See how the jack got back to where it is. Well and truly covered up now by that last bowler, Tom Rich.
Certainly backs himself to draw the shot, Corey, doesn't he?
He's trying to find the right angle on the Roseanne's bowl going forward. Moves it closer, just gives himself a little more room. Almost trying to draw a perfect side toucher, isn't he?
Like I say, he backs himself to draw the shot.
Yeah, angle's not in their favour, and Merrylands holding the back of the rink. One of those early conversion attempts by Tony Wood. The deepest bowl on the rink here.
It's a fraction wide and heavy here, Lurch. Good posse.
One of those very cautious ones here for the Gorillas. If they can get the jack back too far and leaves themselves vulnerable to a big count.
I think he likes it, does he? A little bit heavy and wide. A bit light on.
Underneath. That second one for 𝗟𝗓𝗏 ensures that Merrylands score 1 there on end number 12. 5 shots to 19, and haven't quite had that jack cast T to T yet. They've tried a few times, haven't quite got it the full length. You mentioned earlier in the coverage this afternoon, Clay, how important it is as a lead to get that jack to the preferred distance of the team.
Yeah, it's imperative, Lee, if your team's scoring on a certain length, it's your job as a lead to put it, well, I think at this level it's acceptable to be maybe, you know, a foot short or a foot over with a jack. Maybe a mat length, over or short, but certainly around the right area all the time. I've seen so many bad jacks get thrown by a lead and they inevitably drop the end straight away. But yeah, since they've chucked Clarkie in here at lead, he's done a pretty good job, eh?
They've certainly stopped the bleeding, so to speak. They were leaking some shots, so just that change of how things were sitting has made a slight difference. Trav Moran.
Great ball, Travis.
Gets his own back there.
The way Clarkie's been going at lead, he'd be a fair chance to draw this. He's got about 15 centimetres, 6 inches.
Very interested here. Michael Clark.
Oh, what
a shot.
What a call.
Great shot. Called it early. Loving the opportunity with Michael. He wasn't originally part of the side, but with David Ferguson not being able to make the match this evening, it's a pretty handy bring up to come into the side though. Some of the experience of Michael Clark, all of those state representation and titles that he's won throughout the course of the years.
And current national teams champion as well this year in Tasmania. So still doing it, Clarkie.
These are the shots that Craig's made his own on the carpet at Warilla. These small trail shots. Plays them so well on that surface.
Beautiful weight.
Perfect speed for it.
Yeah, it's pretty good paddy for Woodsy. Looks like he's got good weight as well.
Oh, finishes
great
in a good
effort.
spot. So for Craig Roberts, just a bowl or two wider. As you mentioned, Clay played really good weight with his first. Certainly looks a wider line. Just a matter of he's quicker or not. Yeah, I think he is. Corrected the line, just up the weight. Didn't want to be short, of course.
Sometimes better to just correct one, either your weight or your line, not both.
Oh, another great look at that hairstyle of 𝗟𝗓𝗏.
Awesome, isn't it?
There's a bit of work on into that. I don't know if they've got a barber on the bus on the trip up the freeway.
Yeah, might be a travelling barber with them.
That's pretty fresh, that one. Not sure it's going to catch on though, Clay. I don't know if we're going to see that all across the rinks.
I think it's more of a football. That's the style the footballers have, isn't it? Most of the rugby league players at the moment have that shaved up right around their ears and head. Not as good as the old basin cut in the old days.
With a bowl on the head and work your way around.
Around it. All right, we've got 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗓. See what Chris can do here. On his forehand, drawing a shot. Yeah, quantums are going to start turning now. Great effort.
Oh, terrific effort. Doesn't really change the angles, even though he tipped that bowl. Gap between shot and jack, almost still the same. So that just getting the outside part of the shot bowl.
It's not far away either.
Tommy Rich, contact on the back one of Travis's. Well, made 3 out of that.
Great shot. Must be the haircut. Pretty big bowl here for 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗓. He needs to find something.
He's awfully close here, Clay.
He's very good. That's a bomb.
Well, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗏, 3 down to 1 up.
That's a browser.
Special bowl. A special player.
Right when the team needed it.
There it is. He was just that bowl wide with his first. Made that minor correction. Drop in on the jack. Gets the jack away closer to that aqua-coloured bowl of Craig Roberts. So Warilla probably with first and third now all of a sudden. From 3 down to having 2 of the first 3. And Rice can't get their own nearest. So
Good effort.
might have turned that into a 2. Do have a little pocket of bowls just past the jack to the Magic. So one of those bowls there directly behind, probably half a metre, 2 feet or so. As Wedlock gets underneath the yellow, close.
He's got a good shot on here. Ricey.
Just 1 down was the call from Tom. I seem to try the same type of bowl. Small trail of the jack. Similar to some of the bowls that Wedlock played earlier in the game. Would be ideal here for Nathan Rice.
He's close.
Just hold on a bit longer. You get to the shot bowl. And he's done enough.
Great
Lifted
bowl.
it up once. Had great weight to trail the jack half a metre. Just faded under and got the bowl. I'm sure Corey, you see that aqua bowl just at the bottom of the scoreboard. Probably playing his forehand, coming in from the top left of screen. And a very small touch of the jack to that bowl will be the aim. Just can't afford to come across the face of the jack and cut it back inside the line.
Whatever he does, he won't be too far away. I can tell you that. What the form he's in today.
Should be just wide, if anything. Can't afford to get to the narrow side of the jack here. Played it to the high side. So it is 1 shot to Merrylands. They score another single. Unfortunately for them, they're going up in low numbers where Warilla's winning the high number ends.
Yeah, Warilla's had, they've had 4 multiples so far. They've picked up 3 threes and a 4, which makes a big difference. Merrylands have scored 1, 2, and 4 ones. So them multiples make a big difference. I don't know about you, Lee, but when I'm playing Pennants, I don't like to see my team get that magic 20 behind. I love being 20 in front. When I get to that 20, I start feeling confident.
Yeah, well, you know it's probably going to take a number of consecutive ends across all rinks to catch that up, isn't it? The 20 shots and quite a few multiples. It's not the kind of margin you can lose in one end across the rinks.
Yeah, you get 10 in front in Pennants on the master board, and you think, 10's not enough, but 20 sounds pretty good.
It's a funny game in our minds, isn't it? You get 10 in front, you don't feel like you're enough in front, but
That's
when you're
right.
10 behind, it feels like a long way.
It does. True. Yeah.
But you're right. I think the aim for Merrylands, so we see the score there on the board, 35 ends in.
I'll tell you what, Clarkie's been outstanding since they switched into lead.
Yeah, doing a good job. So 24 the margin with 28 ends to go. So still under 1 an end required. They need to try and get within 10 with 10 to go. That should be the aim from here. So over the next 18 to 20 ends, so 6 ends a rink, they can get the margin in and around 10 shots with 10 to play. They'll start to put the pressure on Warilla.
Warilla's just scored on the other couple of rinks, and now 49-23.
2 shots there for 𝗣𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗨𝗠 as well.
Yeah, pretty good bowl there by Woodsy.
So we heard earlier on a very much unchanged lineup for Merrylands from last season. Just a minor change. Natalie Lewis stepped back this season. And Tom Rich coming in. And of course, as we alluded to earlier, David Ferguson, I believe, scheduled to be back in action tomorrow when Merrylands play at Belrose, but unfortunately unavailable for today. So they're lining up here with 10 out of their 12 grand finalists from last season. I guess you go all the way to winning the comp. Minor premiers, major premiers. Probably not need many adjustments at all, Clay.
No, it's a quite ample replacements. They've got the players there to replace them, but like I say, Fergo's a class player. He's would make a big difference to a team, especially in the skipping position.
Firm-weighted shot there from Craig Roberts. Shook some things around, but didn't quite get the desired result. The bowler Michael Clark spun across with the jack as well. And this, of course, the rink that David Ferguson had. All sides lining their teams up in Bowls Link each week, Clay, and the staff of the Bowls New South Wales office utilising the rink shuffle button to randomise the games. And would you believe it, when the button was shuffled, this is the exact same rink draw that was played in the grand final last year. So
wow.
This would have been the David Ferguson rink against Corey Wedlock.
What's the odds of that?
And this scoreline you're seeing here is a complete reverse of the grand final. It was the Ferguson rink against Wedlock that led the Magic to victory in that grand final. Jack McShane played second in this rink. He's gone across the skip for Mason Lewis now as Chris Rosannes gets some contact with the jack to make things a lot more pleasing to the eye on that rink. So Aaron T's played Mason Lewis. Mason now stepped back to play third in that rink. And it was Gary Kelly playing Aaron Sheriff. And Gary recording the only rink win for Warilla in that final.
And he's slightly up today too, 18-8 on Aaron Sheriff. Roseanne's got a pretty good line here. Maybe a touch shy, touch narrow.
Hasn't made things any worse. We've taken one away from the front and just built up a huge shelf there. Got third and fourth nearest bowl. Merrylands still holding 2. This might be the time to start their little fight back.
Yeah, Rossi will be trying to tidy this up a bit, won't he? Just try and change it a touch and make it look a bit better to the eye.
I think so. Bit of the yellow one first.
I think he's done that.
Yeah. Just turns the jack a little further away from that shelf of bowls. Of course, Warilla with a few changes. We highlighted that Chris Roseanne's now marquee in place of Michael Anderson. Also had the return of Jesse Nerona to the club, who is a long-time member of the Gorillas. A few years away at 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗨𝗠 and Fig Tree, but he's returned to Warilla, and see this one come here from Wedlock. If he gets by the front, close.
Oh, just got the rub.
He's caught an edge. Great to see Aaron Spears. Been at the club for a long time at Warilla. Been the 13th player for the first 2 seasons, so he gets his opportunity this year. And also Corey Thompson has made his way to Warilla from Albion Park. So a few changes for the Gorillas.
Yeah.
Shaking things up a little bit. But of course still got those superstar skips to work around with Corey, Wedlock, Aaron Tees and Gary Kelly, 3 current world champions.
Class. He's pretty well down here, Ricey.
Yeah, speaking of class.
Oh, maybe.
Very close.
Corey's got 1 ball left here. What does he do here, Lee?
Well, I think backhand again, just under where his bowl was.
Just sneak around the front one.
Yeah, just around the white, pink, green, very squiggly, multicoloured bowl of Chris Roseanne's.
I'm going to back him. Going to back him to play this.
Just needs to hold on again, doesn't it? Just under the line, so we know it's at least 1 to Merrylands. Looks like the second one might have been rolled out there. And
2.
2 shots go on the board for the Magic. They're starting to
3 ends in a row.
make their way back into the game. Great opportunity while Michael Clark gets end number 15 underway to take you around the grounds, get you some updated scores from the other matches taking place here at Soldiers Point in round 2. Cabramatta Bull Ants 41 lead the Charlestown Tigers 34. 42 ends been played in that match. Carlingford Koalas have bounced back after a loss last night. They have doubled the score of the Griffins, 54-27 in front of East Maitland.
Wow.
After 45 ends. And St John's Park ahead of the locals, 34 shots to 23. 33 ends played, so a little past the halfway mark there. And of course, if you are just joining the coverage here this afternoon, earlier on today it was Raymond Terrace, 8.5 to 1.5 victors over Wenty Leagues. A narrow 4-shot margin. And Belrose Bulls scored their first win of the year, 9-1. Belrose over Engadine. 15 shots being the difference there on the masterboard in that game.
Yeah, 2 fair bowls there by Clarkey. 2 foot behind, 2 foot short. They're not bad. Travis got a fair bowl here. That's the shot.
So those lead players, Travis with the Dreamline XGs, and the dark blue, and Michael Clark, those yellow Taylor SRs. Tony with the Drake's LS125.
What a bowl from Woodsy.
Great shot.
Great
of course,
shot.
the LS125, referring to 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗑𝗩 and his cap number, and skipping on this same green for the local Soldiers Point club as well. So,
Well, I learned something today, Lee. I'd never heard of an LS125, and Woodsy explained what it was. It's a bowl that 𝗣𝗟𝗡𝗑𝗩 sort of helped design, I think, didn't he? With his cap number on, 125.
been around a number of years now. Obviously, back when Leif was in the Australian squad. World Singles Champion, of course, back in 2012.
Commonwealth gold too, was it?
I think he might have lost in the final to Robert Wheel from Wales. Memory over at Delhi, 2010.
Might have been the Worlds, not the Commonwealth I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, won the Worlds, and that was played in Adelaide. An amazing singles player. The focus of that man when he was bowling was second to none. As you see, focus here from Craig Roberts on the mat.
Great shot.
Well, good shot there from the landlord. Gets a touch on the jack. Hard to please there. Clayton, he's very upset with himself most times.
Well, he drew one there a couple of ends ago, 2 foot away, got second shot and then bowed his head. I think he's doing pretty good.
Must expect the best out of himself.
Must be a hard landlord.
Either that or he's just become expectant of drawing the shot every end.
We just had a massive breeze come up now. It's blowing a gale.
We went from very still to 10 to 15 kilometre breeze in our earlier game, and that proved challenging for the players.
Here
As that bowl just turns around on the seam, so shot there to Merrylands. But just a quick gust by the sound of that breeze is gone as soon as it
like
arrived.
a whirly wind, wasn't it? A big gust and all over, done. Certainly affected Tom's bowl, that's for sure. It blew it narrow. Chris Razan's lining up on his forehand.
Trying to hold on to their own bowl at the front. Well, catches the other Warilla bowl. Brings it up into the head. Rowan Dennis watching on. Great to see Rowan earlier on today playing with Wenty League, so they'll be travelling back down, getting ready for their round 3 game tomorrow morning. So, Wenty Leagues started out with a win here last night against the Soldiers. Just went down, as we mentioned earlier, to Raven Terrace, and they'll have their first home game in a local derby against the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 Koalas. And the way things are shaping up will also be 1-1, so
should be a good game, that one too, Lee.
Absolutely. Chris Rosans trails the jack.
Great shot. I think
Rowan
had a couple of years with Merrylands, didn't he, before he went over to Wenty Leagues?
A bit of time.
Belrose and Wenty Leagues.
Absolutely. Terrific player.
From he's a country boy too, from Singleton.
It's amazing how many country players do make their way into the high level of our sport. I know it's unfortunate for those clubs where they've come from, but it's so hard for these players not to take an opportunity to move into the big centres, to have the chance to play with and against the best.
I think if you want to do well, it's pretty hard to do well from the country. You've got to sort of move into the city, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of exceptions, of course, a couple of decades ago now, but someone that was in my neck of the woods, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓, got his way through for a few years in the state side and Australian representation from 𝗟𝗓𝗡, and you see someone like Peter Taylor playing for Alstonville still, but coming down and marking for Raymond Terrace.
Yep. But yeah, I think Bunzy's he's at St John's Park now as a bowls coordinator, so he's eventually made the move.
So Nathan just trying to get some movement on this jack. Couldn't play it much better. And the beauty of the marquee rule, Clay, obviously most clubs do look interstate, but you can get someone from New South Wales to play. Obviously this competition taking place when other Pennant is on, so that person just makes the choice. Someone like Peter.
Yep.
Chooses to play his Pennant for Raymond Terrace as Warilla, courtesy of Chris Rosands, with that trial with his second bowl, get an extra shot. So So 54-30 now the score. One shot there to Warilla. 20 shots to 8. The country player tuning in, Troy Brown from Club Dubbo. Evening to you, Troy. I can let you know, mate, I am extremely happy to be sitting here in the commentary box, watching on. Got the privilege of sitting alongside state selector, state senior, fours champion Clay Parker. And we've had a great day here, Clay, watching the bowls. There's 5% of me wants to be out there playing, but much happier sitting here talking about the good bowls rather than trying to play them.
I think there's about 10% between us, Lee. I watch a lot of bowls being state selector, and I actually enjoy watching the bowls. And I've had my fair share over 35 years, and I get more enjoyment now watching good players than playing myself.
And of course, it's been a busy start to 2026 in New South Wales with the Inter-Region Sides Championships at Yamba for our men's, women's and senior men's sides, all taking part up there. We're not far away from champion to champion club singles. Those draws now all published on BowlsLink. April school holidays will see the state junior championships. If you're involved in those draws to be published early next week, so keep your eye out on BowlsLink and the Bowls New South Wales website for those. And one of our biggest events on the calendar, the Women's State Carnival. Had a look in between rounds, Clay. We've got 312 women's fours teams already registered.
It's massive, isn't it?
So 1,248 players at the moment going to make their way up to Foster and surrounding clubs. Terrific carnival of bowls. It is exactly what the name suggests.
I think they even play at Bulladoola, don't they?
Bulladoola, yes, we are. There's Craig. Little edge out of the bowl.
What a bowl.
Super shot there from Craig Roberts. Great call from the other end and played accordingly.
His favourite shot, as you keep saying, Lee, that little bit of weight up into the head, sit and stay.
He has become an absolute whiz at that on the carpet, and probably even less weight than that, to be fair to Craig. Anywhere between 6 to 18 inches in old terminology. Probably what you'd call the full draw. He just a master of it, and I know Corey is rapt to have him playing two in his rink.
He's the perfect second playing weight like that, isn't he?
Corey, obviously that great touch bowler himself, and he's got a rink full of them with Travis and Craig and And a new addition of Chris coming into play 3.
Ooh, great effort. Good home.
Sam Wilton saying it's good to hear you on the coverage, Clay.
Yeah, young Sam. He's doing well. He's up the country with his family. I think with touch footy or something like that. I've been following his Facebook page.
Tommy Rich just trying to bend back to the bowl. It's a fair piece of it to move that one out of the way, but still Warilla holding.
Just wondering if with this bit of cool weather coming in to finish the afternoon, will this green speed up a fraction? The carpet greens are renowned for changing their pace with the temperature. So it could speed up a fraction this last
good draw
hour.
shot from Chris Rozans. We're going to see a quick fire attempt here from Tom Rich as he wipes his hand on the carpet. Look at this wind up on screen, ladies and gentlemen.
He doesn't wind it back, does he?
And it's away.
Wow.
Moved a lot, but not much all in one, so it's still just a single shot. The bowler, Tony Woods, spun forward 2 or 3 rolls, just to the front right of the jack there for 2. For second shot.
He certainly lets them go.
Stun on that bowl. Hit Tony Woods with a huge amount of force.
He's got heaps of pace, Tom, but he gets it away so smooth too. It's straight off the carpet and quick.
Well, I've got neither of those. I haven't got the pace or the
got the bounce, the bounce and the swinger.
Bounce.
Swinging bouncer.
I've started using a sand bucket in my games, Clay, to repair the divots.
GUR.
Yeah. Really going for some protection deep.
I'll have to give you some stick training, mate.
I'll have to.
They come out good with the stick. Nice smooth delivery too, Ricey. A fraction there, is he?
I think so. Just going to fade under. Did you get the back edge of it? No. Goes through. Well, one of our star commentators from last season, Jason Pinnock, is on the comments watching in. And for those viewers that enjoyed Jason's commentary last year, you'll have a treat later in the season. Jason is going to make a return, so stay tuned. The male model from Maclean will be back.
Had a chat with Jace up at Yamba a couple of weeks ago.
Doing a great job, bowls director at Yamba. Terrific club there.
I had nothing but good reports about him from the members too. They love him up there, doing a good job.
So Nathan, just going to find that same line, Clay, I think, even with that less weight. Just fades in under.
Yeah, no correction.
So 1 shot to Warilla. They extend their advantage, and unfortunately for the Magic on this rink, just can't claw back any of that margin. There is some brighter news across the greens, and we'll get those boards updated for you in a moment. You can see Jack McShane's rink has taken a lead against 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏. Now 19 shots to 15. So the margin just narrowing ever so slightly. It was at 25 a few ends ago.
Good starter there by Travis.
Got it under 20. And 19 shots with 19 ends to play. Still achievable.
Geez, Jack McShane must have kicked a few shots up the last 2 or 3 ends there. He was quite a few behind, now he's 4 in front. Geez, Clarkie's been playing well since they changed that lead and second spot around.
Well, you mentioned Jack McShane's rink coming right back into the game, and it's back-to-back fives.
2 5s.
Over the last two ends has taken that score from 9-15 to 19-15.
Wow, that's massive. Especially, I mean, Aaron T's current Australian rep, that's 2 5s is incredible.
Just keeping them in contention. Of course, viewers, you can follow along and see those end-by-end scores yourself. Players using competitor device scoring throughout the TAB Platinum Pennant. So go onto the Bowls Link results portal and you can see every match, every rink, end by end. Either live or go back later and you can see the scorecard in each and every game, just like we can here at the venue.
We were talking then, Lee, Craig Roberts just threw a side toucher. Very good bowl.
And here's where you want the one just centimetres in front. Just cover up that look of the jack. Finish on the centre line, a foot short. Now, terrific bowls there from Craig Roberts.
Fattened it up a little
Just
bit.
unlucky to rock backwards, wasn't it? Looked like it was going to curl around that bowl, but just caught the back edge and dropped back. So amazing game of millimetres can do. And Tony Wood, you can see the eyes light up. A great looking shot to be able to play now.
Isn't it amazing? You set that up. If you finish behind or in front, you're laughing, but he just the ball wide and sets it up.
And one bowl can make such a big difference.
You could see him chomping at the bit to get the mat when he saw that.
They probably made a couple for the Magic here at the moment. Halfway through end number 17 on our feature rink. Players going through at a very quick pace here. Even with the third starting at the head end of the green. No mucking around when they get on the mat.
It's not a bad spot there Chris has finished in. Couple of foot behind.
Probably one of the things I've noticed over the past few years in my role, Clay, is even though our elite players are walking to and from the head, they're more proficient in killing ends during games, but often those games don't take as long as some of the club matches. They're so quick on the mat.
Yeah, that's right.
The leads are often with mat in hand. Everyone's up kicking bowls back and getting away the new end.
Keeping the game moving.
It's flowing all the time. So you look here, we're only a little over 2 hours into this game and 16 ends completed. Already had a dead end as well.
Yeah, they don't mess around. Like you look at Corey Wedlock, he's puts his bowl in his hand, he's on the mat, and 5 seconds the bowl's gone.
Chris giving that bowl a chance, but unfortunately just high of the target. So chance here for Merrylands to put a bit of pressure on. Currently holding 3. They desperately need a couple of misses from Wedlock.
Might be even 4.
Well, this will come in for the 4th. So the 2 to the left and 2 to the right of Jack all belong to Merrylands. The aqua-coloured bowl of Craig Roberts, the nearest for the Gorillas.
This won't bother Corey Wedlock at all. He'll I reckon he'll go close to drawing this.
The only hope for the Magic is that he finds a couple of these gaps. I think he's going to be in the area. Well, there's one of them. Oh, no, he's caught the edge. Well, thought he was through the gap. He's narrowed the count.
That helps.
Little
Big
bit of
hand
luck.
up.
Quick apology to Nathan Rice. He's just overweight there, so that would have probably still remained a 4 count to the Magic.
You need them little wickies and little rubs every now and then for a bit of luck.
Play it down there with just underneath the top yellow through the purple pink. Might get to the Wedlock bowl.
Yep.
If he picks the gap perfectly, you can sit it clean.
I think
Just leave the one Warilla bowl there.
He'll be certainly reaching it, Lee. That's for sure.
He's in and around this. Wants to get underneath the yellow now. Well, a bit of good luck for Warilla and bad luck for Merrylands in consecutive bowls. Leaves Warilla holding one. Just had to miss that yellow bowl, and he was right onto the Wedlock bowl. You see it there on the replay.
Oh,
He found that gap. He had it perfectly.
oh dear. When your luck's not in, your luck's not in, eh?
Or he can play a confident draw here. He gets his own shot bowl up and over. It doesn't affect things with that multicoloured Roseanne's bowl. He can turn back to the Tony Wood bowl to count. Well, unsurprisingly, amazing weight. Just doesn't quite get the desired outcome. And the bowl did more than just flop down. It actually ran across its running edge before dropping. So I'm just having a quick look.
Nearly turned and ran back up the green, didn't it?
Just trying to pick out any angle possible there at the front. So must still be 1-2 Warilla, that aqua bowl.
Boys are having a big discussion on what to do. All having a little bit of input. What would you do here, Lee?
Fortunately for Nathan, the left-hand side, his forehand onto the shot bowl is probably not a great result. So I think it is up through the back end. With the Tony Wood bowl closest to centre line is the one he'll try and make contact with.
Would you call him a backhand run shot?
That's what it looks like from our
What
point
you were
of
looking
view.
at? There doesn't seem to be much else, does there, really?
This one's about 2/3 of this bowl on the high side.
Yeah, he's called the shot we've all looked at, so. And played
Nathan
it.
Rice gets the other one and runs on as well. I think he's made a pair. And it is 2
Yeah.
shots.
Played it well.
It's hard to tell from our angle whether that was going to go past Tony Wood's bowl, but got the angles right. A couple of different options there. Certainly the percentage play. Well needed 2 shots there to Merrylands.
Well, the players liked it, we liked it, and Nathan liked it, so. And played it.
So around the greens, it is St John's Park 43, now leading Soldiers Point 28. Still less than 40 ends played there, so plenty of time for the locals to mount a comeback. Carlingford 64 over East Maitland 33. 10 ends left to play in that game there, and some big scores on those matches there for Carlingford. It's Brett Spur leading Aaron Hewson 30 shots to 5
Wow.
at this point in time.
That's huge.
And extremely close match on that same green. Cabramatta now 46-43 in front of Charlestown.
Geez, Charlestown are hanging on well there.
They push these Warilla Gorillas all the way at the Gorilla Jungle last night. came away with 2 rink points. Both Sean Baker and Ryan Bester with rink wins for Charlestown against the Gorillas, beating both Corey Wedlock and 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗓.
That's 2 good wins.
It's just Gary Kelly's rink getting the better of Nathan Dawson that proved the difference. Trav Moran just pulling up a bit, little shy. Have a little chance for Merrylands. They are 1 down, but they hold the better position.
Pretty well down here. Just a touch heavy.
It's another one just in behind. In that twilight period, we see the lights on the green starting to have a bit more of an effect. Just on 6:30 p.m. local time.
Craig Roberts got a cracker here. Played this well. Should be the shot.
Well, cover and count bowl.
See what Woodsy can do.
Trying to draw the shot without finishing short of it. He just overplays it and gets a trail. Got the yellow bowls behind.
Well down here. Well played, Woodsy.
And there for Tony Wood. Conditions ideal, temperature in the low to mid 20s. Green, about 14 seconds here. A new needle punch surface installed here at the club within the last couple of months. Green running really nice.
Yeah, the players are able to play nearly all the shot selection.
Certainly enjoying seeing plenty of sunlight. The weather in around Sydney and Wollongong over the past 48 to 72 hours has not been nice with the amount of rain.
Is Tom going to find the hole?
Trying to trail the jack, just overplayed it a little. At that stage, they still have the majority of the bowls passed.
There's still that magic 20 shots in front at the moment. Our scoreboard may be 3 behind, I think.
There's a couple more to go on.
Merrylands got 3 to go on, I think.
With our team in the production, just to update our scores, we've got 2 more to go on for Nathan Rice and an extra shot for 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡𝗓. So they're just working on some other items in the background, so that'll be updated for you shortly. Look at that, Clay, you just speak and it happens.
True.
Updated just
unbelievable.
Like that.
17 the diff, so it's quite achievable. As Lee said before, last year they were 20 odd behind and come home and won by about 15, was it, Lee?
Yeah,
massive
the
surge.
Rounds, there was a huge second half push from the Magic. In the early rounds, they had 3 huge tussles during the season last year. Merrylands took the honours at Warilla in the round games. Finals, gets the outside, turns it in front. So it's still just the one to Merrylands. And when it came to finals weekend, it was Warilla in the game to go through to the grand final, major semi-final winners. But Merrylands bounce back at the second chance by finishing the top of the table and made their way back to play Warilla in the grand final, and they were far too good for the Gorillas on that occasion.
Yeah, we've just been joined here by the CEO, Simon Lack.
Bit of Bowls royalty joined us.
Bowls royalty, one of my old pairs partners, used to skip for me, and an absolute legend.
He must have heard all those comments you said about those strategic short bowls that he played.
Mate, best blocker in the business. Could block. His size 17 bowls that he had, the big yellow pumpkins, or grapefruits.
Nathan Rice trying to get this jack to spring back to all their bowls at the back, and there it is.
Great shot.
Now pushes it through. Might have made a couple there. Just matched the weight perfectly for where his catches were at the back of the rink. So Merrylands 1, possibly 2 there at the moment. Wedlock on his forehand. He's looking for it to hold.
Don't tell me he's going to get a little rubbing inside. No, just missed.
And just short of pace.
He was on fire early, Corey, but he's just dropped a little bit of his unbelievable form in the first half of the game.
Oh, those first 6 or 7 ends, Clay.
Crazy.
He was absolutely world class. Some of those small touches of the jack that bring in all those multiple counts. So state of the game, a big bowl here for Rice. Lift the yellow one forward or just pass it on the draw. Yeah, he's done it well.
Yeah, it's a fair rock, isn't it?
You mentioned the green may be quickening up, but I wonder if it's going to slow down, Clay. We've got quite a bit of sunlight now come across
That will slow it down.
the rink that we're playing on here. Corey's just overplayed this one. Making sure he was up. So we'll see what the final count is. Looked like 2 for the Magic.
2 or 3.
Players arguing about who's going to measure first. Young Tom takes the honours. Measuring for a third. 2 bowls already removed. And it is 3.
3.
So 2 fantastic bowls there from Nathan Rice. Held one on the crossover, but took the opportunity to get the jack away from where it was. A nice cluster at the back of the rink.
You're right, Lou. They're having a little bit of a surge at the moment.
And a further 2 shots to Jack McShane. As well on the neighbouring rink. Sees the big board down to 12. We said they had to get back to within 10 with 10 to play. And they're on track to doing it.
So I think the switch around with the lead in second here from Merrylands has had a little bit of an impact on the game.
It's made a difference.
It has.
Just looking since that change. 9 shots to 2. They've won 5 of those 7 ends played.
So it is only once they can do it, Lee, and only any time in the game?
Any time. It's got to be before the end starts.
Yep.
So you can't give anyone the opportunity to play more than 2 bowls in any one end. But yet just there, 1 opportunity for the match. So Merrylands have made theirs. So Warilla could do something if they wanted, but you would think at this stage of the game with only 3 ends to go that they're going to play through as they started.
Probably not real sensible making a change like that when you're in front.
just going through with that one. Our job over the next 2 or 3 ends plays to talk really nicely about how good the team has done here today. Camera, operators, production staff. This game's going to finish a little ahead of the other rinks, so if we say some nice things about all the great work they've done, we might be able to get the cameras turned across into one of those rinks that's going to finish a little after this one.
Well, they have done a super job. The close-ups on the players' faces and seeing their body language, etc., has been enormous. Been really good.
Look at the steely eyes there of Tony Wood.
And the great job they've done here at Soldiers Point too, under their CEO Simon Lack. Led his team awesome to get this venue and this massive crowds, and it's been a great job.
Absolutely, we're thrilled to have Soldiers Point as our Magic Round host for Season 3 of the TAB Platinum Pennant. Of course, new to the competition, and all clubs were given an expression of interest to host this event, and this club had the foresight and determination and will to want to take this on.
Great shot there from Craig Roberts again. He's been pretty steady at second, hasn't he?
He has a good player in that position. As I said earlier, just one of those players, just does their job, goes about their business.
Looking pretty well there, Woodsy.
Two pretty good bowls there. So
only 3 ends to go. Very meticulous with his grip there, Craig Roberts.
Pretty well weighted again. Just gets to the outside of his own and falls out. Similar to how it set up a couple of ends ago when the shot got taken off him. So for Merrylands, it's a nice confident draw. They do have their own bowl just short of the jack. Only a foot or so out. They get a roll of the jack-high bowl of Roberts. That'll turn it into 3.
There's only 12 the diff on the masterboard now, Lee, so they have made a good surge. There's 24 there a while back.
Yeah, even one more now. Further shot to Jack McShane.
Oh, that magic 10 we were talking about earlier on.
It's getting close. 13 ends to go, 11 shots the difference. Very good weighted bowl by Tom Rich there.
Yeah, that sun is powering over the green here too. Only on the first sort of 2 rinks. Rink 20 and 19.
As I said earlier, Clay, after last night and yesterday afternoon and the threat of multiple games being called off down in Sydney, I'm certainly happy to see the sunlight. I guarantee we get all the games through.
They certainly had a bit of rain down there last night.
We had 3 matches in Sydney last night between St John's Park, Merrylands and Carlingford. Anywhere between 70 and 110 mil of rain fell at those venues.
That's crazy, 4 inches of rain. That's coming down.
Shot called here after the 2 nearest bowls of Craig Roberts. They play firm weight here.
It's not a big weight for Tom. It's only like a nice 3/4 pace shot.
He's got his own touch up. He's pulled across the line. So the Merrylands toucher gone over into the far corner. See Chris, a nice weight with his first. You can see just under the line. Just needing to run the full trip past Tony Wood's bowl.
He's just not quite made it. Good effort.
Certainly taken away all the attacking opportunities, though, for Merrylands. Just back to a smaller conversion shot. Draw the shot or lift the jack-eye bowl once or twice. It's what they call a positive draw, Clay, isn't it? Just to guarantee that you're arriving.
Yeah, positive draw is probably the same as try and trail the jack 2 feet. Same sort of shot.
Just got to get to that aqua bowl. So, on our far rink, one shot there for 𝗣𝗓𝗪𝗘. So,
each one shot's going to make a difference coming into these last ends.
well, Nathan just going to pull up as well. Yeah, not happy with himself. Knew the importance of just arriving there. And of course, every one shot that Warilla gets, as well as extending the lead, they're taking an end.
Cutting ends off. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Once you get to 63, she's done and dusted.
So 12 ends, 12 shots the gap. So for Wedlock here, just watch the last two players pull up just short. Can he find the right weight? Well, it does lay his own close in the Merrylands bowl. Going to force the Merrylands players into a change of hand.
I wonder what the count is there now. It's hard to see, isn't it?
It does look like that multicoloured bowl, predominantly white.
Yeah, looks like it's shot.
Looks like a shot. Second very close between the blue in front and the blue to the left. Well, Nathan's certainly reaching with this one. Trying to make contact, get a little hit and run.
It's going to hold.
Finds all the gaps, unfortunately. So it was a quick chat about trying to turn out that bowl of Tony Woods, but final decision just to try and draw. So close with his first. Half a metre of weight on top of his first one, and he'll be extremely close. Got those jack-eye bowls as a good visual guide from the other end of the green. The call there from Chris Rosands is that he favours it's 2 for Warilla before this one. Wedlock close to the speed.
Fraction heavy, I think, Louis.
Yeah, just going to go past and a bit on the safe wider side. An indication from Chris that he thought they were holding 2. Probably enough for Corey to err on the safer side.
Stay wide, don't touch the jack.
If it did come in with that slight breeze that we did have, then he would have been happy with that.
Yep, 2 it is.
2 shots to the Gorillas. So they stopped that mini run of ends that the Magic had. 2 to go on the rink that we're covering. And I think we've said enough nice things about our team that we are going to move some cameras around just to get the concluding stages. You can imagine there might be some shots to try and kill some ends, change things around over on the other 2 rinks. The Aaron Sheriff Gary Kelly rink, just 16 ends completed there.
I think Aaron Tees is holding a few over there, Lee, too, at the moment.
There's 1 or 2 from where we can see, so keep you updated and get those rink boards moved as soon as the change occurs.
A fair start by Travis, little toucher. Clark he'd be confident to draw this, the way he's been playing. The commentators curse.
So just a reminder, if you are just tuning in, you're watching round 2 of the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant season number 3, live and exclusive coverage here in Magic Round from the terrific Soldiers Point Bowling Club. I hope you're enjoying the coverage with your local, around New South Wales, interstate or around the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Bowls New South Wales channel. We're on a mission, Clay, to get 1 billion subscribers, and just several hundred million short at the moment. So
is that all?
Just several hundred million.
Take no time at all.
Craig Roberts, terrific bowl there up alongside the jack.
That's a lot of likes, but Lee, 700 million.
We get several hundred million short of the 1 billion we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Follow along, plenty of coverage coming up. TAB Platinum Pennant, as we see aggressive attempt from Tony Wood. Well, bit of ricochet rabbit through the short bowls.
There's plenty of room here for Craig Roberts to draw, you'd think. But sometimes when it looks really easy, it's not that easy.
Just got caught on the high line there.
Good too.
Some pleasing news for Warilla on the middle rink. 3 shots to 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏. So 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 with a 3 there on that rink. So that one now sitting 22 shots to 19. So at 10 end mark, unfortunately for the Magic, Clay, it's been Warilla that have captured those last 2 or 3 ends, and if they got back to 11, it's just pushed out now to 17.
Yeah, they just sort of stopped the rot, as they say, didn't they? They started to get a bit of a push there, Merrylands, but Warilla certainly pushed back the last few ends.
The rubber band stretching at 17 shots and 10 ends. Hasn't snapped yet.
Yeah, good ball from Chris Razans there.
We saw Robertson Wood struggle with that draw out to the wide jack, but Chris Razans found the mark. Craig Roberts just joking with us there that he was trying to play it off the side bumpers.
Oh, was he?
He went that wide.
Yeah, it's good you can have a joke about your bad shots. Weight was good.
Timmy Rich, wide bending bowls. Well, just gets to the back of the bowl instead of the front and just locks it in there. Do have 2 bowls in behind there, wrapped together.
See if Chris can emulate his last shot.
You won't be worried if he sneaks around and splits the 2 Merrylands bowls. He's almost done that. Still left his own locked in. So Tom Rich, attempt number 2. Needs to run as far as he can.
Fair effort.
Second and third closest, but a couple of things going against it. It's going to be very hard for that shot bowl to remove. And that man on screen there, he has 2 more goes at it.
Looks locked in, doesn't it, Lee?
It does.
And you can only back this bloke to draw another one close.
Give him another one of those 77% chances of adding to the count. Might be more like, I'll be 83 this one. Kept those percentages up. That's one of the 83%.
That was lay down Mazaire, wasn't it?
finishing about 3/4 of a bowl in front of Jack Eye. Still looks visually okay here for Nathan. Down on his back end as well.
He's well down here.
He's close to getting bowl and Jack, and he has.
Great bowl.
Great shot. Nathan Rice brings those back bowls into the equation.
He's sort of bowling blind here, Corey. He's just got to make sure he just gets his weight right. Gets around that front bowl. It's a hard shot when you can't see the jack.
These lines, top class.
I tell you
As
what.
you said, all about weight now. He's urging it forward.
That's a very good shot.
Cut a couple out.
It's a great second.
3 down to 1 down.
The manager in the background had a big smile on his face anyway.
Did he get himself on screen? He's looking for
There he's.
Oh, fantastic. Trevor will be happy. Not sure which one the Warilla manager is. There's two sitting down there. If we ever get a shot of the
Which is which?
Warilla managers, we'll try and work out which one
Which
the
is
manager
which?
is.
Yeah.
We'll see maybe after Nathan's played the last bowl.
One's the gorilla and one's the manager. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, which one's which, Lee? You're from the club.
Well, there you go. You see our manager, the Warilla Gorilla's manager on the right. Mascot on the left, Trevor Wells.
Good call. All right, here comes Ricey again. Got another good bowl here.
Just needs to add to the count.
Yeah,
Lift
roll
it
it
on the
over.
jacket works.
Very good.
Well, going to be at least 2. And that's the score.
Hang on. Yep.
So
2.
another 2 for the Gorillas.
Merrylands, wasn't it?
Oh, Merrylands indeed. Yeah, of course. I was trying to claim Nathan as a gorilla.
No, mate, you can't have him yet.
62-49, 8 ends to go.
But, we're on the last end on this rink, which is, geez, that's gone quick. Time flies when you're having fun, Lee, isn't it?
Absolutely, just short of the 3-hour mark for 20 ends. So this rink will finish pretty well spot on the 3 hours. And for Jess in the comments, yes, we will be featuring matches over the next few weeks, right through until finals weekend, where the top 5 sides on the ladder will make their way to Raymond Terrace across the weekend of April 11 and 12. So 11 round matches over the next 5 weeks. And then finals there in mid-April.
See, the Soldiers Point team's only 6 behind over there now. They were nearly 20 there earlier on. 6 behind on 49.
Oh, wow. That's a massive comeback. They were 50 shots to 29.
Yeah.
Only 5 ends to go.
The crowd's still there too.
So they've gone on a run of 17 shots to 2 over the last 5 ends.
Probably be close to, I don't know, 100, 150 people over there on that sideline. Easy.
Well, at least, and some inside the club as well, watching on.
Here comes Michael Clark again. I've been very impressed with Clarkie since he switched the lead. He's played very well.
Well, we mentioned those scores for the local side. So I can tell you the last end for Brad Pavey against Ben Twist was a 5 to Soldiers Point. The last end for Indy Conlon against Dawn Heyman, 5 shots to Soldiers Point.
Wow.
And the last 2 ends for Leif Selby against Nathan Black, 5 shots to Soldiers Point and a further 2 to Soldiers Point.
17 shots.
17 shots across the last 4 ends as
21 behind.
roared the locals back into contention. And as you mentioned, Clay, the crowd's getting excited.
Yeah, gradually built up there this afternoon. It's pretty well, there's not much room over there now to stand or to sit. Great crowd. Locals have come out in their droves.
Merrylands holding a couple here as we turn our attention back to the game on screen. So Craig Roberts trying to get a couple of rolls out of his teammate's bowl.
Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, does it correctly. So we're giving you that Soldiers Point St John's score. Get some other scores for you in a moment across our other matches.
I think Woodsy slightly overcooked that one.
Carlingford, only a couple of ends to go there. They're going to get a nice win and their first victory of the year. 72 shots to 39 ahead of East Maitland.
That's convincing.
So Brett Spur 32-6 over Aaron Hewson. Massive score. They've also recorded a one-shot victory on another rink. So a couple of ends left to play. They're in the running for a 10-0 victory. And after clawing the margin back on their game, 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓 have pulled away again from Charlestown. Some further scores being updated at the moment. 62-48. That match now sits. 3 ends to go. So 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗓, they're going to join Raymond Terrace on 2 wins from 2 starts. And they're close to having a clean sweep as well. 2 rinks already completed. 2 rink wins for the Bull Ants. And narrowly in front in the last remaining game.
All we got is 6 bowls to go on this rink. The 21st end. Chris Razance on his forehand. He's trying to cold draw this around the bowls. If he can get around that front green bowl, he's going to be in a pretty good spot. He just crashed into it.
So the call for Tom Rich. Play through. Michael Clark, shallow bowl at the front. And turn it through the jack or work off the wide one and get to the jack yourself.
He's close. Oh,
didn't need that little flick.
unlucky.
Cleared the path though for Nathan Bryce. Wedlock alert to the danger. He's called Roseanne's a couple of metres past.
Probably come and draw the shot.
Doesn't want to kick the jack down the line too far. He stayed with it, but dropped out at the end. Might have set up a little plant for that to go out. And it's the ones you don't want that make all the difference. It's probably with that yellow bowl top right of screens on the ideal path for Nathan to try and come through and trail the jack.
It's right in his eye.
Where he had the shot before, Chris not trying to move the jack and has taken that away from him.
Just got to pretend it's not there, really.
Well, that's it. They know they need 17 shots in 6 ends. They need as many as they can to help their teammates on the other rinks. Whether he finds a plan on the forehand.
Oh, well stopped.
Jack incoming on the other rink. So dead end on the McShane and Tees rink.
Chris Razance fielded that very well. He's about to crash into the jack on our rink and he stopped it about 2 inches short. The Merrylands boys are still in conference here, deciding what shot to play.
Well, they've got all those bowls at the back of the rink, but as we said, that yellow bowl must make that shot look extremely difficult. I don't know the way, Clay, unless he tries to get it on its running surface. perfect angle to move it up 2 metres through the jack itself.
Shouldn't bother Nathan much. It's Clarkie's bowl coming in, and it's his bowl, so maybe he's probably just trying to draw around it.
Going to take what they can on the draw.
Yep.
See what happens. Corey, of course, with last bowl here on end number 21.
You'd be pretty confident of backing in the draw this, wouldn't you?
Just short of weight, I think. This one. So that's not going to make the draw any easier.
No.
I might try the little sit through. So you see those 2 bowls there, just it's the left-hand side of jack. You can push through those or a little flick back towards the jack. Oh, he's going to get a bad contact here.
That's not good.
Well,
unlucky.
Trying to make shots, these things sometimes go awry, and it was a Warilla bowl that got moved forward. So Warilla's going to take the rink point here.
And here comes another one in.
And Corey just got caught up on one of the front bowls, so we'll get a final count.
It's close
from our players.
Very close. Definitely one for Warilla, could be 2.
Two shots, was it?
Yep.
To the Gorillas to finish things off. So 25-15 here on our feature rink. And we have our camera operators at the ready. We're going to go and finish off the 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗏 versus 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡 matchup. Clay, so you and I are going to put in a bill for some overtime as they move the cameras across. Just wait for the players here on our feature rink to pack up their items. So viewers, stay with us. I'm going to go across. And cover that game on rink 18. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗏 against 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗏. Thank you for staying with us as you see our first look at those.
So one down to Warilla over there on that rink with Kelly and Sheriff. One down.
So for those asking, this is season 3 of the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant. What you're watching here is a rematch of the season 2 grand finals. So Merrylands had the victory in that match over Warilla, and season 1 also featured Warilla in the grand final, on that occasion going down to the 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗘 Bull Ants. So camera operators getting the pavement clear to be able to move across as we bring you live and exclusive coverage of Magic Round here in the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant.
Yeah, 4 ends to go here, Lee, and Warilla are up 68-50. We're currently on the rink with 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗏 and 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗏. Kelly leading 23-13 on that rink at the moment. Overall margin 18.
A small view of both. We've got the McShane Tees rink in the foreground. In the background, Jamie Mitchell leading up for 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗏.
Mason Lewis coming in there on the backhand. A little bit Might be going for a bit of backward there by the look of it. Been a bit of a topsy-turvy game there with 𝗥𝗡𝗩 and Tees. They've been up and down all game. At the moment, 𝗥𝗡𝗩 2 in front of Tees, 22-20.
Well, that looks like where we're going to focus our attention. A little bit easier for the team to get that second ring. Look at that crowd in the background. They're fully lined up across the front entrance of the club. Aaron Tees on the mat for Warilla.
It's a bit hard to see what's going on there at the moment, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah, it looks like, from my vantage point, one shot to Merrylands.
Yeah.
That blue and white speckle bowl. The front, certainly a Merrylands bowl. Aaron Tees landed in there for second.
Nice
That was a that's a 𝗟𝗓𝗡. Oh, she's getting mixed up here now. That's a Gorilla's yellow bowl that's moved across.
I think his second shot is in Lee at the moment, Teesy.
Yeah. Second and third belonging to Warilla.
Got a bit of weight on this. He's not trying to draw it.
He's just finished outside. Finds the hole. So, at the start of the game, big board going to be a tough ask realistically here for the Magic. So, obviously looking to secure their rink point. So, you skip Jack 𝗥𝗡𝗩, talking to third Mason Lewis. Just trying to draw a shot. I think the conversation might have been you can afford to turn our bowl with 1 to 2 rolls onto the jack or draw a counter.
He uses the same method there as Craig Roberts for holding his bowl too, young Jack 𝗥𝗡𝗩. Very meticulous with their grip.
I wonder who copied who.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Craig Roberts is the older, so they might have the same coach, Lee.
Jeez, we better not tell him that. Craig will take all the credit for Jack's success.
He might do too. So, what is it, one to
Merrylands getting the score there. And just the one, so 23-20 on this rink. So, as we've mentioned a few times today, every point vital in this competition. Getting some bonus coverage here. The team have moved across to the adjoining rinks. We have our first of the evening session completed, Clay, and it is Carlingford Koalas. 72-42 winners over the East Maitland Griffins.
It's a dominating performance after.
Win on all three rinks too, so 10-0. So both of those sides, one win, one loss after 2 matches.
He's having a win against Belrose last night by only 3 shots at home.
Cabramatta Bull Ants, just the one end to go there, 64-48 in front of Charlestown.
One's done and dusted too.
The remaining rink there, 4 shots in favour of Cabramatta, one end to go, as they look to also secure a 10-0 victory. And for all those local supporters, just 4 shots the difference. 52-48, St John's Park in front of Soldiers Point.
49 on their masterboard over there now, Lee.
One rink already completed there, Clay, and 2 other rinks showing just 15 ends. So once we finish up our coverage, we'll have plenty of bowls to watch here at the venue. And for all of you watching on, you can get all of those up-to-date scores via the Bowls Link results portal. Go to results.bowlslink.com.au search up the Bowls New South Wales TAB Platinum Pennant. You can get those end-by-end scores coming through. See 𝗣𝗟𝗩𝗘 just moving the jack back to Jessie Norona's bowl from Warilla. Another left-hander on the mat. That's Corey Thompson. It's a new addition. Come across from Albion Park to Warilla this season. Wanted the opportunity to play in events like this.
A little bit of effort too.
So Warilla trying to make at least 3, and of course Merrylands looking to defend. 𝗣𝗟𝗩𝗘 doesn't quite make it all the way. But they certainly own the front of the head there, Merrylands. So Warilla holding. Merrylands second, third and fourth. And things well and truly covered for the moment. Corey Thompson just trying to change some angles here. Opens things up a little bit. Gets another bowl to the back of the rink. As you see the team there, as Mason Lewis makes his way back to the mat, showing you some of the action from the adjoining rink. A couple of ends to go. Sheriff v Kelly.
23-13, Kelly over Sheriff. 23-20, McShane over T. So looks like looking like a 9-1 at this stage.
Well, big cannon, but unfortunately for Merrylands, it sprung the jack open, and all of a sudden, Warilla hold 1 with all the bowls passed. They have an opportunity to move that jack. Jack was in a pretty good spot before that. Luke Jones on the mat for Warilla. Just gets caught at the front. Short for Mason here. This will be an attempt to get half a metre to a metre past the jack. Get around the outside of the jack.
Yeah, good bowl here, Mason. Very good bowl. Front upper.
Still there. Now Ringle needs to make contact with that bowl. Great shot there, as you see the bowl of Mason's and that small trail of the jack.
And Luke should reach with this one. He dropped a bit short on his last bowl. He'll be definitely looking to make an extra metre of weight on this one.
Well, Aaron asking for it to run. Can he chip this bowl away? Well, he found the gap. Stayed on the rink. So some chances with some bowls in behind the head, as you see on the adjoining rink. Merrylands holding there. There's lighter coloured bowls. Pointing to both the Merrylands players. Can't quite tell with the sticker. It looks like Sam Norona's bowl, the nearest one there.
Well, Merrylands certainly need a multiple here, don't they, really? 3 at least.
Just trying to protect that score, aren't they? Got a rink point in their pocket at the moment. So Jack looking for some coverage towards the back of the rink.
It's in a good
He's
spot.
going to split up a few bowls there. He's played that very well.
Teasy might go big here.
It's either that or he... Just trying to get almost half of the shot bowl. We said that bowler Luke Jones, he went through the gap and finished right on the edge of the ditch. So to have a bowl out of shot right at the back of the rink. Firm weight.
Where can they get 3? But
well, it's a 2-bowl option. Needs to move something with this one to then improve things with the next. Well, there you go. So holds 1, but unfortunately Merrylands move forward for 2nd and 3rd. So going to be extremely difficult for Aaron to make 3. Important thing for Jack, don't leave him an angle to kill it off.
that's right.
As we saw a dead end on the Sheriff Kelly rink.
Jack will be just happy to get a close 2nd.
I don't think he'll even mind if he just happens to topple over the edge. He's already got 2nd and 3rd. One of those is a toucher.
He's looking for the inside edge and get the other one as well. It's quite possible by the look of his call. He signalled to Luke, I can get the inside of that.
That's all he's got. It looks a lot harder than what he was trying. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗓 trying to move 2 bowls here to make a 3.
There's a toucher there as
the
well.
Blue bowl's the toucher, so he needs to get that away off the rink.
This will be some shot if he plays it.
Well, he gets the other toucher going through. One belonging to Peter Harry. It might be close for shot now.
Yeah.
Orange bowler toucher in the ditch.
Right. So they're giving him one, is he?
Let's see the final confirmation from our players. We'll wait for that in a moment.
I think it's 1 to Warilla, I think.
Yeah, no, 1 to Merrylands. Was it? Yes, 1 to Merrylands. The signal there from Luke Jones. And we'll
Yeah, the ball in the ditch.
bowl in the ditch did enough. So here we are. Moving across to the 3rd rink, and the Jack, I can tell you, is in between those light green and grey speckled bowls, right on the centre line.
We might get a look at it now.
So Heath Lewis with that one directly behind the Jack.
The Jack's actually in front of the back light green bowl, and the 2 dark speckled bowls are about 1.5 to 2 foot short. So it's the back green bowl on the line that has the touch, has the Jack in front of it.
And Spears just found a gap. Sean Thompson for Merrylands. Terrific bowler for many, many years.
Very close here, Tomo.
We'll get a view of it now, Clay.
Great
there
shot.
It is.
Now we can see the
Help
Jack.
our viewers out. Thanks, Sean, for that slight movement of the Jack. In the concluding stages of Magic Round, it's been a fantastic day here at Soldiers Point.
Massive cheer over there on the sidelines, Lee. The Soldiers Point crowd's going berserk over there. I think the score is 53-51 to St John's Park on 55 ends or 56 ends. So they've come right back into it, the local team.
Sean Thompson, two
crackers.
Fantastic bowls. Hard to get to. 𝗣𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡 on the mat. For the Gorillas.
There's one inside edge for Desi.
Just pushes it past. It's still there for Gary. Terrific bowls there from Heath Lewis and Sean Thompson. 3 shots to the Magic. Not a lot of room for Aaron Sheriff to work in, but he squeezed his way through. Well, these players putting on a show.
Wow.
Look at that. It doesn't get any better. Going to swing pretty firm here. The jack sandwich right in between all those bowls. I'm glad we got this extra coverage. Needs an edge on this bowl. Well, not quite enough. So still probably 4 to Merrylands, or at least 3. Just the 3 at the moment, so just trying to tip Sean Thompson's bowl forward. Just an inch, Clay, just to put it in line with Aaron's first. Just wants to move it an inch.
Pretty good effort.
Well, and that's just done it.
Wow.
And fallen in himself. Well, that's at least 4.
That's snug.
If not 5.
Yeah, packed in there like
They've got
sardines.
this jack wrapped up in a blanket here.
Well, viewers won't see much better bowls than that anywhere in the world, eh?
Merrylands have 4 bowls. I think the combined total distance between the bowls and the jack would be 15 millimetres between the 4.
Here we go. Bang.
So Gary fires through the middle. Just shakes it around a bit.
Wow.
Cleared one out. I think it's back to 3. Yeah, 3 the final score. There for Aaron Sheriff's rink. They narrow the gap slightly, but it will be a 9-1 victory to Warilla. They take the win 68-56 in the grand final rematch. Just to recap our other games played today here at Soldiers Point for Magic Round. It was the Belrose Bulls 58 defeated the Engadine Cougars 43. 9 points to 1. Raymond Terrace 66 defeated Wenny League 62. A win for the Jets there, 8.5, 1.5. Cabramatta Bull Ants 67. A 10-0 victor over Charlestown Tigers, 67-48 in that match here this evening. Also a 10-0 win for the Carlingford Koalas as they defeated the Griffins from East Maitland 72-42. In the game that's just finished, 68-56. Warilla Gorillas too good for the Merrylands Magic. 9 shots to 1. And one game still going, Clay. That's going to go down to the wire, so keep an eye on the Bowls New South Wales pages for that result. Currently St John's Park 53, Soldiers Point 51, with 8 ends remaining over there. And Clay, we've seen some Magic Bowls today. Who do you think look the best out of all the teams we've been able to see?
Yeah, there's some. Well, we didn't get to see the games over there. Obviously, Carlingford's had a big win over the East, but yeah, I think Warilla were deserved winners over Merrylands today. They've turned the score from the grand final last year, but I think yeah, they look pretty solid today.
Just had that big run of ends here on the Corey Wedlock rink, didn't they? They lost 2 shots on the first end and then went on a 14-0 run to assert that lead on the masterboard and just able to maintain it all the way through.
Well, just about Corey Wedlock was pretty well white hot, wasn't he? Early in the piece. played some brilliant little draw shots and on shots, which made the difference. So the Warilla boys here are having a little circle, little chat, very proud of themselves, having a great win over.
Yeah, Gary Kelly, leader of that crew, all the boys fired up, and of course all teams spread right across the venues tomorrow. Head back to normal home and away fixtures for round 3. And in our coverage, there it is there. We will be at the home of the Charlestown Tigers. Our 2 newcomers for season 3. Charlestown up against the Soldiers from Soldiers Point. We know Charlestown have had a tough start to the season, having to play against both Warilla and 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗨𝗠. So they'll be hoping to record their first win. Or Soldiers Point going down to Wenny Leagues last night, and in an absolute stellar battle over there with still a few ends to go against St John's Park. So it's going to be a close one, Clay. Have you got a favoured team there? Who do you think might get the chocolates in that one tomorrow?
Geez, I think it'll be very close. I think maybe the home venue's got a little bit of an advantage, but geez, the Soldiers Point teams played very well over there today against St John's Park. And Charlestown played pretty well last night too. They stayed in it for a long time, so you don't know at this level. It just depends on what players come out and have a big game. There's nothing in any of the teams really. It just depends on the day and how certain players play.
Absolutely. So we look forward to bringing you that game tomorrow, 10 a.m. New South Wales time. That will be underway, and we have a very special guest commentator joining us tomorrow. We have the Bowls Australia Jackaroos head coach Gary Willis in commentary tomorrow. So we look forward to bringing you that one. Thanks again, Clay, for joining me today.
Thanks for the invitation, Leo. I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate.
And just a reminder, keep your eye on the Bowls New South Wales social media accounts this evening. You'll have updated ladders, the final score from the game still underway. But for now, that concludes our coverage here from Magic Round. We're thrilled to have brought you live and exclusive coverage across 9.5 hours of play today, and we look forward to your company tomorrow as we take our coverage to Charlestown as they take on Soldiers Point. Goodbye for now. We'll see you all tomorrow.